Jordan's high, in case you're wondering, against the Sonics, 45 points against Seattle back in the 86-87 season. That was his high against the Sonics. He scored 50 or better against 16 different teams in this league. Hopefully tonight won't be a night where he gets Seattle. Here's Pippen winning the tip outside the three-point arc. Swing it to Harper. Over it comes to Jordan. Down low to Luke Longley. Back to the basket. Works. Brikowski down. Turns his shoulder into him and sweeps in a soft left-handed bank hook.
Yeah, that's a nice shot. Big Luke goes 7'2". So again, the Sonics might want to look at a double team if he hurts Brikowski down in the low post.
2-0 ball game. Payton is picked up by Jordan. Swings it to Schrempf outside of Brikowski. Up fakes Longley. Backs him down. Whirls to the hole. Backs it up and in. Brikowski answered to make it a 2-2 ball game.
And that's something Brikowski can get away with. If they're not going to double him, put it on the floor, make the big man have to move his big feet.
Chicago Bulls, Simpkins, right wing, slanting him with a left hand, double teamed out to Longley, 15-footer from the angle, got it. Luke Longley right now providing icing for the Bulls. He averages 10 a game. It's a 4-2 contest. Payton up at a front court right side, challenges Jordan. Out on top to Kemp, the pass to Schrempf, overplayed, stolen by Pippen. Down the right wing he comes with Kemp trying to turn him. Ends up making contact and draws the foul.
I thought Sean, first the pass, he kind of nonchalantly threw it down to Detlef. You can't do that with Pippen anywhere in the neighborhood. Again, 3 steals a game last year, led the league. I thought Sean did a good job hustling, getting the head. Well, there's the arm. That's why the foul was called. Put the arm right in the chest of Pippen.
Bulls bringing it down. Scottie Pippen has it on the angle. Again, they look for Longley. Out on top to Harper. Payton lunges for the ball. Harper up into the lane. Outside to Simpkins. Down low to Longley. Turns, whips a pass to Pippen. He was surprised a bit by the pass. Hawkins wasn't. He stepped in front of it to deflect it out of bounds. And it will be Bull ball with 13 on the shot clock.
Yeah, if they're going to double Luke Longley, that's one thing Hersey Hawkins or that weak side defender is going to have to do. Make that long run quickly to stop that dump down underneath.
Pippen swings it in bounds to Harper, sideline left. Mid-block right side, Longley with it. Working on Brikowski. Looking over his left shoulder. Backs, pivots, follow-away jump shot off the mark. Rebound recovered by the flat-footed Brikowski out to midcourt to Payton. He's got to challenge Jordan. Brings it down the center of the floor with the left hand. Harper jumps out on Payton. Swing it to Schrempf near side. Down low, Kemp with it. Spread floor, backs in, double team, dumps it to Gary for the 3, up and he got it. Gary Payton nurses in a 3. 5-4 ball game, Seattle leading. And pressure up in the front court. Longley throws it to Harper, who sprints back up into backcourt to get it. Pippen with it. Sideline right. Swings to Jordan. He'll brace, fire, straddling the three-point line. He sends in a rope.
Yeah, you can't obviously give Michael that kind of room on that side of the court, the weak side, away from the triangle. That time, Hersey Hawkins got caught ball watching. He's got to stay within an arm's length of Michael at all times.
Bulls lead at 6-5. Gary Payton down the left side, turns off a Schrempf screen. He's bumped and fouled, and getting him was Ron Harper reaching in.
And one thing about these 3 Bulls smaller players, Harper, Jordan, Pippen, is that they're so interchangeable. They can all switch everything on defense. Offensively, they can play each other's positions.
Outside, Payton for the 3. He was left alone, and he drains another one. Now Jordan's going to have to come out and get him. 8-6 score. Sonics lead by a deuce as Payton rips in 2 threes. Pippen the other way. Had a notion for a 3 ball. Won't take it. Outside, swinging to Harper. Overplayed on the weak side. Jordan denied the ball by Payton. Pippen again will swing it to Harper. Now they get it to Jordan. He'll turn, rifle one up, and he got it. And Michael Jordan hitting the shot. Will it count? It will. A foul is called on the play.
Yeah, Brikowski trying to get offensive rebounding or defensive rebounding position inside against Luke Longley. Really battled hard, picked up the foul. But this Bull team, Kevin, is such an outstanding shooting team. I mean, they've got a bunch of guys who can fill it up from the outside. They're shooting, what, 48% as a team for the season and 41% from the Trey stripe. So that's just outstanding shooting.
Great shooting, and then you complement that with sensational defense. They only give up 95 points a game. Longley hits a technical foul shot. The Sonics are double teamed. They get rid of it to Brikowski, who brings it across midcourt up into the lane. Hard skip pass to Hawkins, denied and tapped out of bounds by hustling Ron Harper. Harper doesn't sprint back. The Sonics get a deuce there, set up by Brikowski's drive to the basket. Nobody believed.
He's a point center.
Payton will bring it in bounds to Schrempf. Follow-away jump shot won't go. Kevin a tip match with Pippen. Got it off the glass, but Pippen had second position and will wheel across midcourt. Drifts into the lane, powers to the hole, hands to the double-pumping Simpkins, who will score.
Lubara, Dixon, Simpson, Dickie Simpson out of Providence. Nice little double clutch, but that's Scottie Pippen's strength, being able to go coast to coast.
Bulls by 3, 11-8. Schrempf outside, beyond the three-point ring. Sends it to Hawkins, head of the key. Dispatches it to Brikowski in the corner. He's double-teamed. Now one-on-one. Longley on Brikowski on the baseline. 8 on the shot clock. Brick looking for Kemp. Backs, turns, whirls, follow away Jay. For the Rain Man, nothing but net.
Yeah, that was a good job by Frank Brakowski. He had a poor passing angle flat on the baseline. He went up to the wing. That improved his angle. Able to get the ball inside to the Rain Man.
Bulls by one. Jordan, blast to the baseline. Pull-up jump shot over Hawkins. Won't go. Shrimp with the rebound. Detlef comes to midcourt, swiveling the head left and right. He's got Gary on the right. Brakowski in the low block. The Bulls fill the lane. Gary will take the rock. Fake the three. Sends to Brakowski. Up fakes. Drives to the baseline. Shut off by Longley. Brakowski will hand off to Payton. Beers outside, double pumps and a whistle. And I believe it's a turnover on Seattle. Illegal screen set on the Sonics. Set by the Sonics. Frank Brakowski. So the officials, Rogan and Wilson, apparently were given a tape FedEx of that last go-around. And they're watching for Frank Brakowski.
They're watching him down in the low post. They don't want this game to get out of hand early.
APB on Brakowski. Jordan over to Harper. Open Jay won't go. He's had difficulty shooting. Rebound Simpkins out to Jordan. He'll reload and pump it in. Jordan was 6. That about an 18-footer left of the arc. Back come the Sonics. Long lead pass, early offense. Payton to Kemp. Whirls beneath the rim. Double team. Finds Detlef open. Trailing for the three. Straight away. Missed it rim left. Harper with a recovery. 13-10 the score. 7:46 to go in the first quarter. Shrimp's first 2 shots have looked tentative. Here's Harper. High post to Longley. Pivots beyond the three-point ring. Starts his drive. In he comes. Took steps to the hole. And a whistle. And a foul call on Seattle. Longley took 3 steps and a bump foul call on the Sonic Shrimp. Oh, I don't believe it.
Yeah, it looked like he kind of slid his pivot foot out top when he was pivoting back and forth. And then when he got down the lane, I know he took an extra step. Here he is out top. Goes with the left hand down the lane. And there's 1, 2, and a quick little third one in there that the officials missed.
Bulls 13, Sonics 10. 7.5 minutes remaining with the first period of play.
We talked about what he did the last couple of games. 11 points, 10.5 rebounds a game. That's great production from this usually two-pronged, sometimes three-pronged center attack that the Bulls use. Winnington will play some minutes.
Longley splits a pair of free throws, has 6 for the game, and a Bulls show the double team trap in backcourt. Payton gets rid of it to Kemp, flattens Pippen, and a block foul call on Scottie Pippen. Rule Pippen did not have position or actually jumped in on Sean before he could make a pivot. You have to give the man some space to pivot, and Scottie didn't. How do you like the Bulls uniforms? Got the new roadies.
Everybody seems to be going to the black on the road look, and as you mentioned, Scottie did not give Sean a chance to change directions, and the blocking foul call.
Here's Brakowski out on top, head of the key. Swings a pass to Hawkins, overplayed by Harper, deflected right to Payton, dumps it low to Sean. Turns into the lane, running right-hander up and in, a beautiful move. Drop stepping into the lane, Marcus.
Again, doing such a great job this year of getting into the lane. Sometimes his decisions are questionable, but that time a great little running hook.
Payton has Jordan locked up on the low block. He had the left arm on Michael's side. Jordan looks over to the Chicago bench, kind of shrugs and gives him the eye over there as if to say, wow, are we getting some calls? And they are.
Well, I think that's one thing. Every team in the NBA agrees that these officials aren't doing the job, and it's getting kind of tiresome.
14-12 Bulls lead. Pippen on the inbound, or actually Jordan cuts into the key, finds Pippen in the corner. He'll rifle one up and got the 3 and a foul called on the play. Count the basket.
Longley just cleared Detlef Shrimp out of the picture. He'll get the foul, trying to battle inside for the offensive rebound. But the way Scottie Pippen is knocking down 3-pointers this season, you can assume that most of those are going to be made.
Pippen with the tray, and the Bulls lead by 5, 17-12. Payton darts to the baseline. He's double team, forces his way inside. Guns a pass outside of Brakowski, gives to Detlef, cutting into the lane, sweeps up a hook, won't go. Kemp follows it up and in with the left index finger, tapping it up and in. Bulls come right back. Pippen sprints down the right side, slowed by Shrimp. Pivots, finds Simpkins open, up fakes. He might have walked. He did walk. No whistle. 6.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Outside is Pippen beyond the three-point ring. Skip it low, posted up. Harper backs, turns, wanted the shot but won't. He'll loop it outside. Pippen will fire a 3, and he got it. Scottie Pippen with 6. Right now the Bulls winning that matchup. 20-14 to score. Bulls by 6. 6:12 to go in the first quarter.
Scottie Pippen's such a tough person to defend because he does shoot the ball so well, particularly this season.
Kept to Shrimp inside the clear out. He turns into the lane, gets rid of the ball to Brakowski for 3, and he rimmed it. Rebound covered by Harper. I'll tell you right now, Detlef's got to be much more assertive on the offensive end. Down the left side, Simpkins to pull up flip. Rim it. Rebound recovered by Sean Kemp. The outlet pass to Payton. Gary moves diagonally with the left hand up in the front court, left side, shadowed by Michael Jordan.
Well, Scottie Pippen makes you tentative, Kevin. He's got the long arms, the quick feet.
Payton fires a three off the Kemp screen, in and out, rebound to Longley. Out it goes to Pippen, ahead to Harper, down the left side, tried to break to the middle, turned by Payton. Harper picks up the dribble beyond the three-point arc. Hawkins fronts Jordan, trying to get to the ball side. Pippen handles it on the point, gives to Longley, and now Scottie will get it back. He'll take it into the left hand portion of the lane with the left hand. Stop, reverse the dribble, outside to Longley. Pitti attached the dribble along the baseline and trying to squeeze off a pass. A foul is called inside on Seattle. And it's on Frank Rakowski. That is the third on Brick. Timeout call on the floor with 5:15 left in the first. Their score, Bulls 20, Sonics 14 on the Sonics Broadcasting Network.
Here's Scottie Pippen out of the triangle offense. The triangle offense, you just read and react. Whatever the defense gives you, you take. Detlef gives up the three. Scottie takes it. Nothing but twine. Again, he's really worked and improved his three-point shooting this year and has made a major difference in his offensive production. And here's Detlef with a nice little runner inside. Going to go up just a little short on the rim. But the Rain Man was there to tap it in. It looked like it was close to being in the cylinder. We'll get a better vantage point with this camera angle. Ball has to be out of the cylinder. It was, I believe, out. Good job on the offensive boards by the Rain Man.
Early shooting, the Bulls right on. 8 for 12, 67%. Sonics 6 of 11, 55%. Pippen has hit 2 threes, and Jordan has hit 3 jumpers as well for 6 points. So these are outside points that they are getting. Between Pippen and Jordan, 6 of those jumpers from the perimeter. The Chicago Bulls led by the 6 from Pippen. He has 2 threes, the 6 from Longley, and Jordan's 3 jumpers for 6. Have a 20-14 lead with 5:15 left here in the first period of play. Frank Rakowski in foul trouble has picked up his 3rd. He'll go to the bench, and in will come Irvin Johnson of the Supersonics.
Now, Irvin can't approach his situation as a demotion, even though Frank Rakowski has started the last 2 games. He's got to go out and take that position back, play very active, rebound, block shots, and be selective with his shot attempts. He doesn't want to get out there and start forcing up 10 to 15-foot jump shots. Just kind of keep himself in the paint and be a guy who shakes things up inside.
Luke Longley going to that free throw line often this evening. He's now 3 for 4 as he knocks that one down. He has 7 points to lead all scorers. Longley second, up and in. Longley with 8 first quarter points. He averages 10 a game, and again pressure applied by Chicago. Inbounds pass, Johnson to Shrimp. Touch pass outside to Payton up in the front court to Kemp. One man to beat, takes it in on Pippen. Got in deep and then kicked it out to Hawkins.
Yeah, it looked like Hersey was open on the right wing, spotted up for a 3-pointer tip. But when Shine gets it in that deep, he's got to rise and try and jump in the cup.
Well, I thought he was too. He had a quick burst of speed on Pippen and had a step on him. Longley was there, but so what? Ball is deflected out, covered by Chicago. 14 on the shot clock, and Payton with it, out high. Sonics have got to take it to the basket. Shrimp's pass to Kemp, deflected by Pippen, grabbed by Jordan. Here he comes, down the right side, pull up, flip, the cast is short, rattles, falls, weak side, tap in. I believe it was Pippen. Nope, Sipkins gets the basket. Pippen in the vicinity, as he always is. Payton pushes it low to Kemp. Low block, right side. Double team driven out of there. Turns, faces up. Had the jumper, wants something better. With 12 on the shot clock, he might get it. Outside to Hawkins. Crossover dribble. Lost the handle. 7 on the shot clock. Hawkins fires a three. Going to be wide right and short. Longley. Outlet to Jordan. Tongue wagon down the left side with a high dribble. Payton picks up Jordan. Dumps it low to Pippen. Scottie looks over the shoulder, rivals it to Harper. He'll fire the 3 with Irvin running at him, and he got it. Ron Harper gets a 2-pointer. He was on the line.
That's why guys like Harper, Bushler, and Steve Kerr are so effective in this lineup. You've got to concentrate so many guys on Jordan and Pippen in the 2-man game. It just leaves that weak side wide open for the skip pass.
12-point Chicago lead. Sonic basketball with it. Payton to Shrimp in the corner. Up fake, skips it to Kemp. He's on the baseline, backing, turning, whirling, fall away, 5-footer up and in. Sean Kemp with 8 points.
A good job by Sean, using his body to create space so he can get that shot off over Simpkins.
Pippen with a ball high over the head, beyond the three-point arc. Outside to Jordan, swinging to Longley. Longley fakes to give to Jordan, dumps it low to Pippen on the baseline, dances, turns, high hook up and in. Pippen with 8 points, and the Bulls shooting outstanding. 11 of 16, 69%. The Bulls have a 12-point lead. Inside is Kemp. Simpkins came over the top to deny the entry pass and fouls Sean Kemp.
I believe Sean Kemp clearly has a decided advantage inside against Simpkins. That's the matchup that the Sonics need to try and milk as much as possible.
Timeout called by the Chicago Bulls with 3:24 left in the first period of play. Our score, Chicago 28 and the Sonics 16 on the Sonic Broadcasting Network. Bulls on an 11-2 run in the last 2 minutes of play, shooting 69%. Seattle 7 of 13. The Sonics reload with Johnson, Perkins, Askew in the lineup, McMillan and Payton. Nate McMillan with the handle. High right side, 16 on the shot clock. They hand off to Perkins. He'll give it to Gary. Slants into the key with the left hand to Askew. Down to Pippen. For access, McMillan. Try to get off the shot. Harper rejects the shot and then lands with the ball out of bounds in the Sonic bench.
Yeah, Ron Harper is an interesting story. You know, he's a guy that averaged 20 points a game just 2 years ago, 6 points last year. He's averaging 6 points this year. But you know he's a better scorer than that, but he's still playing tough defense for the Bulls.
Seattle will bring it in. They dump it to Perkins. He's driven out of there by a double team. Gets it low to Johnson. He eludes a man up with the left hand to Pippen. Recovers beautifully to deny the ball. Give him the block shot. He's got it up in the front court left side. Cross court to Harper. In he comes. Double team. Kick out to Jordan. Jordan works right side on Vinny Askew. Rubs him off on the Longley pick. Up and under on Payton and drops in a 15-footer. Michael Jordan with 8 points, all from the perimeter, all jumpers.
And the nets are barely moving. Those are what we used to call frozen ropes that Jerry West used to shoot.
14-point lead for Chicago. Jordan working below the basket on Johnson. He gets a breather. The Sonics work the perimeter. McMillan fires out of the corner and finds a 20-footer to his liking.
And now this is another time when Nate comes in. Now he had his first jump shot blocked by Harper, but I'll consider that the first official jumper. Hits his first jumper about the second game in a row.
Kukoc to the basketball, circles out of the corner, drives up into the lane, flips it over the right shoulder to Longley, waiting for the set shot, and he plants at 10. First quarter points for Longley, 32-18, Bulls by 14. Muscling up into the lane, Vinny Askew turns sideways on contact. The shot goes off the mark. He will get 2 shots.
But a big guy that can knock down the medium-range jump shot like Luke Longley can play a long time in the league. Vincent Askew takes it strong to his left and gets hammered inside by Longley, who just stood up there like a big building. He wasn't going to move, and he didn't move.
Consider the Chicago Bulls, Jerry Krause, who you'll be interviewing at halftime, as I understand, here on the old pay-per-view broadcast on TV, traded Stacey King to Minnesota for Luke Longley. It was the 7th pick in the draft. Minnesota just gave up on him after a couple of years, and Bulls hung with him. The Redheads paying dividends tonight anyway. Bill Wennington steps in for Luke Longley. That was the second foul on Longley. Askew at the free throw line misses both free throws. And the Sonics now look on as the Bulls have a 14-point lead with Pippen handling it. A minute 55 to go in the first quarter. Pippen outside to Wennington. Looking to Jordan. He shakes his head no. Don't give him the ball. Out on top to Kukoc. He fakes a give, spins, makes contact with Payton, and Gary picks up the foul. It's his second foul.
Now, if you're the Bulls, you almost want that whistle not to be blown, talking about incidental contact. They did bump at the free throw line, but Pippen had just a clear path to the basket. And Sonics were going to make Pippen earn from the free throw line, but he would have had a Z2 if the whistle had not been blown.
Kukoc shooting 73% from the line this year. He is getting 11 points and 5 rebounds a game in 23 minutes from Split, Croatia, now his 3rd year. Second free throw up and in for Kukoc. And the Bulls have their largest lead of the night, up by 15 with a minute 45 left in the first quarter of play. Irvin Johnson with the ball, swings it out high right side of McMillan, dropping low to Sam. On the block, he's double teamed, driven out of their Chicago very active defensive team. They hold teams to 43% shooting. Payton whirls into the lane, takes Jordan deep, double team, gets rid of it to McMillan. He'll set up, firing over Pippen and got it. Nate stepped by Pippen and drains the 15-footer from the angle.
That's a tough jump shot with 3 seconds on the shot clock. Great defensive series by Chicago.
Harper the other way, hands to Pippen, climbs into the air from behind. McMillan chops the ball free, has a steal, lead pass to Payton, one man to beat, takes it at Whittington and lays it up and in. That's a way to take that ball to the rack. And the Sonics, down by 11, 33-22, respond with a minute left in the first quarter.
And Gary knows that Whittington is not a shot blocker. Take it up strong, take it up aggressively.
Here's Jordan outside the three-point ring. He's yet to make one of those explosive drives. Feeds to Pippen. He'll back down, double teamed out to Kukoc, now to Harper, now to Whittington for the baseline jumper. Got it. Bill Whittington nails a big jumper there. Bulls by 13. Back comes Gary Payton. Gary turns to the baseline with 41 seconds left in the first. Fires a baseball pass outside of Vinny. He'll take the long bomb, and he got an 18-footer.
Yeah, both teams continue to stroke the ball well tonight, but Whittington wide open jumper because Pippen and Jordan were both on the same side of the court.
Pippen the other way. A set shot three won't go. He races after the rebound in front of his own bench, but it goes out of bounds before he could get there. The Sonics will take it, trailing 35-24 with 27 seconds to play here in this first quarter.
Bulls going 2 for 1, so they wanted to get a shot up quickly, so now they'll have the ball back before the quarter expires.
Gary works calmly across midcourt. Jordan on him. Gary beyond the three-point ring. Pippen's out there to screen. Gary draws a double team, feeds to Sam, steps out with 9 on the shot clock. Kukoc picks him up. Sam hands off to Vinny with 5 on the shot clock with 4. Starts his drive, double team, kicks to Gary out of the corner. He'll raise the 3 in the air. Comes off the rim to the weak side, gathered in by Pippen. With 1 second remaining, he did not get off the shot in time from backcourt, and that will end the first quarter of play. The Sonics rally from 14 down to pull to a 35-24, 11-point deficit at the end of 1 on the Sonics Broadcasting Network. Longley had 10 and Pippen had 8. The Longley 10 points of the 35 Chicago points is interesting because that's a guy that I don't think can maintain that kind of pace.
No, he's been on the last couple of games, but this is the unit on the floor for the Bulls now that the Sonics have to make their move against Kerr, Caffey, Whittington in the game.
Perkins with the ball down on the low block left side, covered by the rookie Caffey out of Alabama. 6'8". Sam backs down, turns, a pass to Johnson through his hands, grabbed by Kukoc. The Sonics had 4 turnovers in the first quarter. Chicago won. Kukoc zips a pass in low to Caffey, right block. Back to the basket, double team. Loops it outside to Kerr. Patiently sets the offense and feeds to Jordan. He will give to Kukoc, high post, right of the key, hand to Jordan. Hops outside, pivots, has yet to put the dribble on the floor. McMillan up all over him. Jordan now moves to the baseline, and McMillan is whistled for the foul. McMillan can't believe it.
Well, there are the NBA rules and the Jordan rules. And anytime you get that close and that aggressive and that much activity with your arms against Michael Jordan, you're going to get a foul call.
11-point lead, give and go. Kukoc from Jordan. Pull-up jumper, baseline right is good for Tony Kukoc.
Are they shooting the dickens out the ball or what?
Absolutely. 14 of 20, 70% shooting for Chicago in the first quarter. Seattle wasn't bad, 11 of 20, 55. Gary works it out high left side, a whistle and illegal defense on the Chicago Bulls. A warning
on Whittington. But what you're saying about the Sonics, I mean, you say, well, what can they do to play better or to get back in this game or cut down the lead? I mean, they're playing decent basketball right now. Just the Bulls are playing at a whole nother level.
The Bulls led by as many as 14 back in the first quarter play. Askew handles the basketball, swings it to McMillan. Ball high over the head to Perkins. Turnaround jump shot on the way. No. Kemp has inside position on 3 pulls. Missed the tap. Didn't have a second look at it because there was Jordan to grab it. And now Michael will prance up the center of the floor with a rock, handling it with the right hand. Quick burst to speed. Up fakes McMillan off his feet. McMillan lands. Michael shoots. Rimming left. Rebound Vinny Askew. To midcourt he comes. Up to the center of the lane. Sam to the glass. Will lay it in. Sam Perkins set up beautifully by Askew's blast to the paint.
Yeah, this is a unit that the Sonics can run, but the Bulls have got to miss some shots so the Sonics can get some rebounds so they can get some fast breaks.
Bill Jackson comes out, and he is all up in the face of Jason Caffey, the rookie from Alabama. 20-second timeout called by Chicago. The Bulls leading here 37-26 and 10-5 left to play in the second period.
So you could figure that Phil was going to be up in the rookie's face. But nice job, Vincent Askew running the middle of the brick. Sam Perkins getting out on the wing. Easy baskets. That's going to be important for the Sonics because with this tough defense of the Chicago starting unit, you're not going to see a lot of easy opportunities.
The Sonics with McMillan and Payton, Perkins, Kemp, and Askew on the floor. Dennis Rodman did make the trip to Seattle tonight. We didn't see him earlier.
He was spotted at Nordstrom's, I was told. I was there this morning. They told me he came into the store and attracted a crowd. He was like the Pied Piper. Kids were following him around all over the place.
He just wanted to stop by and see Santa Claus, I'm sure. Bulls bringing in bounds. Kukoc, Jason Caffey outside to Kerr. Rotated to Randy Brown. Now to Kukoc. Tony right sideline. 12 of the shot clock. Looking for Winnington. He steps out about 20 feet from the hole. Covered by Perkins. In low to Caffey. Turns Drew Kemp off his feet. Sean blocks the shot. Caffey got it back. Bumped. He sent off balance. Lost the handle on the ball. Went to get it and walked with it.
Good defense by Sean Kemp. We're talking about Rodman. We just saw a picture of him on our screen on the bench. His hair is green in honor of the, I guess, Seattle Supersonics. It's a lime kind of nasty green. I saw him at practice yesterday.
Phenomenal player, and you just wonder what they're going to be like when he comes back. Peyton with the ball. Drops it low to Kemp. Drop step spin. In he comes. Powers to the hole and sends in a sledgehammer. A ramming right hand.
That's what you got to do to the rookie. You know, they scouted Sean. Watch his spin to the baseline, but it's just a rookie. He had a mental breakdown on defense.
9-point Chicago lead. Caffey out on top. Randy Brown acquired as a free agent from Sacramento over the summer. Brown is a dart. He drives into the lane. Nice feed to Kukoc. Lays it softly in with two hands.
Yeah, Dart is right, but he's more of a conventional point guard. Has great quickness.
Peyton the other way. Takes Brown down the left side. Nobody turned him. Angles to the glass. Shovels it in with a right hand from the left side. He has 10 points. And Seattle pulls to within 9. Kerr outside. Sought by Peyton. Gets rid of it to Kukoc. Up fake. Slants in. Ball nearly stripped by Gary. Kukoc gets rid of it. Kerr sets up and drains a 3.
Steve Kerr struggled his last 4 games, making just 5 of 20 field goal attempts, but looked pretty good stroking that one.
The Bulls have it 17 of 25, 68%. Kemp poses back, spins by Caffey on the baseline, is muscled by Jason, and the foul will be on the youngster, the first on Caffey, who is 6'8" and 255, listed 255, but looks much smaller in comparison to Sean Kemp.
What Sean has done, he's done a couple of setup moves early to the middle, so now you have the defender really shaded to the middle, really thinking mentally about Sean getting into the middle. Sean's able to make the quick spin to the baseline and get some good things out of it.
Schrempf will step in for Seattle. Immediately, Jackson sees that and sends Darth Vader in there. Scottie Pippen to check Schrempf. Here's McMillan with the ball. Sideline left, ball high ahead, in low to Kemp. Sean backs down, hook pass outside Perkins, finds Detlef open, powers to the hole, lays it in, drew the foul on Winnington. A lovely pass thrown by Sam Perkins. That couldn't have been any better.
Sonics doing what they're supposed to do, moving the basketball. Good to see Detlef finally get his first field goal. Maybe that can get him off the slide and make him play some aggressive basketball offensively. The Sonics are going to need that from him tonight. Good pass, Sam. Perkins just threaded the needle between 3 Bull defenders. Got to fire that one with some zip on it.
That's important for Seattle to get Detlef Schrempf going here. He's 1 of 4 shooting, and he scores his first field goal and converts on the free throw. It's a 42-33 ball game. 8:50 left, second quarter play. Pippen, Kerr, Brown, Simpkins, and Winnington. Jordan is on the bench. Chicago ball. Kerr beyond the three-point ring. Covered by McMillan. Hits the high post man Winnington. He turns, takes a look, double team, follow-away jumper, rims, rebound. Detlef after it. He and Kemp collide midair, but Detlef saves it on the baseline to Sean, who whip it out of backcourt here to Askew. Steps up in the front court right side to Detlef and a quick whistle in low. Perkins trying to get early post position is fouled by Winnington.
That's another matchup the Sonics can try and go to early. Big smooth. Back to the basket, trying to post up the big fella. Winnington locks his arms and Perkins' arms. That's a foul every time, Bill. You know that, even in Canada.
Born in Montreal, Canada. Played for St. John's. Winnington comes out. Jason Caffey will step back in. He's from Mobile, Alabama. He stayed home to play basketball. Seattle will bring it in bounds. Perkins with it. Ball high over the head to Vinny Askew. That post position on Brown. The 2-tip for the ball, and Vinny last touched it out of bounds. And the turnover on the Supersonics. I can't say that was a forced turnover. That is the 5th. Make it the 6th on Seattle tonight.
It's interesting defensively, the Sonics are matching up Vinny Askew on Scottie Pippen as opposed to Detlef Schrempf. They switched on that play.
Pippen, high post, handles it outside to Brown. Schrempf jump switches on Brown. He swings it over to Simpkins, dropping low to Caffey. Jason in the corner, trapped by McMillan, finds Kerr open. He'll not take the 3, drives in, pumps it out to Brown, trailing, and Randy Brown knocks down a jump shot.
Yeah, Randy Brown's playing about 13 minutes a game this year, but he's really done a good, effective job. He gives them, again, that conventional point guard, that conventional quickness.
Bulls lead by 11, 44-33. McMillan has the ball out high on the arc left side, puts the ball above the head, covered by Kerr, over to Askew. Up fakes, double team, finds Nate leaning into a 20-footer that won't go straight away. Rebound of Perkins, or I should say Pippen across midcourt. The pull-up flick for Scotty. Hurried it, missed the three. Ball flicked outside, grabbed by Askew. Swings it to McMillan. Hard cut down the sideline. A pass to Perkins, glances off his hands, grabbed by Askew, and then wrestled away by Jason Caffey. Bulls in backcourt. Pippen centers it to Kerr. Across the 10-second line he comes. Out to Randy Brown, wing right. Swing it over to Kerr. Pippen stops to tie his shoes with 11 on the shot clock. Pippen's all saddled up, ready to go. Bulls swing it to Kerr, now to Pippen, covered by Shrimp. They clear out. Scotty backs, turns, 3 on the shot clock. Over to Kerr with 1. His shot blocked by McMillan. It'll be Sonic basketball.
Yeah, good defensive series, even though they were aided and abetted by Scottie Pippen stopping to tie his shoe. They started their offense with about 10 seconds on the shot clock, but Nate McMillan was aware of that, blocked the shot by Kerr to get the possession back for the Sonics.
Timeout called with 6:56 left in the half. The Bulls lead 44-33 on the Sonics Broadcasting Network. Chicago shooting 8 for 29 for the game, 63%. The Sonics are 15 of 26, 58%.
You know, the scariest thought is that Michael Jordan went out for about 3 or 4 minutes, and the Sonics were not able to put a dent in this Chicago lead at all.
Sonics did get within 9, but it's up to 11 now. The Bulls have led by as many as 14. McMillan negotiates his way across midcourt with Jordan hanging on it. McMillan swings it outside, deflected by Pippen, grabbed by Jordan, lead pass to Pippen with his back to the basket. He threw it by Scotty and out of bounds. It was a nice play by the duo of Jordan and Pippen. You can't throw any weak passes up in the front court, and they didn't have any tempo on that. Pippen flicked it, Jordan had it, and pass up the floor a little too quick.
Just active hands and long arms, 2 things that George Karl is in love with defensive players. It seems like Chicago just has, they're plentiful with them.
6.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Bulls by 11. Payton pulls the trigger on a chest pass to Detlef and throws it out of bounds. Detlef stopped running out for the ball on the sideline, it looked like.
But again, it's Pippen awareness. Pippen was picked off. He got away from the pick, got an arm in the passing lane. Gary had to adjust the pass and just threw it completely out of Detlef's reach.
Sonics now with 8 turnovers, and how many of those really unforced? Kukoc with it, sideline right, turns off the Cappy screen. To Jordan, now to Pippen. Scotty, right-hand side of the lane, backs, turns, high hook on the way, no. Kip comes up for the rebound. Man, he went up over Shrimp and Pippen. Fires a baseball pass ahead of Payton, over to Detlef. Sidewinds into the corner, give to Hawk. He'll fire and miss. Hawkins is yet to score. Rebound to Jordan, long lead pass, threw it on a dime. Pippen grabs it and jams.
That's what happens with the long, quick corner jump shot. A lot of times you get the fast break at the other end.
13-point lead. Perkins trying to muscle his way into the lane. Simpkins slowed him. Sam reversed and then is fouled by Simpkins on the shot attempt. He'll have to get the 2 at the line. Simpkins' second foul.
It's so important for the Sonics to maintain good rebounding balance. Don't shoot the quick shot unless you see you got somebody under there to at least try to get an offensive rebound. That time Michael Jordan all by himself. Pippen starting off at half court with no one guarding him. Beats the pack back down the court for the dunk.
Perkins free throw up and in. The Sonics Hawkins is yet to score. Shrimp held to 3 points. And Perkins with 3. So 3 sources of offense really shut down here in the early going.
Yeah, I mean, Hersey's going to have to knock down some jumpers. I think he's the guy. You got Detlef guarded by Pippen. It's going to be tough for him to get his game off.
Hawkins makes contact with Jordan in backcourt. Foul is called on Hersey. It's the first on Hersey, second team foul on the Supersonics.
Sean walks up to the official and explains, like, this is a contact sport. There's going to be a little bumping, a little touching, a little touchy-feely. Just don't overreact. Don't just blow your whistle just to give the P a workout.
And try to forget that it's Michael Jordan out there.
Right.
Yeah. The 11-point lead for Chicago. Left side, Pippen. Double team, up fake, skids a pass outside to Jordan, working the dribble on the Hawk. Triple up fake. The entry pass intended for Caffey is denied by Perkins. A foul called on Sam as he reached over the top. First foul at Sam.
It's almost like the referees giving the orders that when in doubt, blow the whistle. You know, if there's anything that resembles something close to a foul, blow the whistle, as opposed to letting the game get out of control and having the chaos that we had the other night here.
Third team foul on the Supersonics. Perkins will be reeled into the bench. Johnson will step in for Seattle, and Luke Longley comes back after getting a long breather. He scored 10 in the first quarter for Chicago. Here's the inbounds. Kukoc trying to get off the crafty pass to Pippen. Shrupp is there to answer the call and deflect it out of bounds. 5:25 left. We're in the second period of play. Chicago leading 46-35. The Bulls just absolutely in a groove. 19 of 31, 61% shooting. Kukoc gives to Longley, gets it back, slants him to the key with the right hand, drops a low Simpkins, spins, high shot, deflected. Johnson got a hand on it, ends up with a loose ball, loops it over Pippen to midcourt to Payton. Center to Detlef, pull up 15-foot jump pass. Gary leans in, twirls the lefty, up and in off the glass. 12 for Gary. Nice play.
Detlef thought about the shot, spotted Gary wide open, and Gary off the wrong foot, barely jumped, flicked up a little left-handed flip shot.
9-point Chicago lead, and another whistle. And this will be on the Sonics. That is illegal defense on Seattle.
Irvin Johnson down by the dotted line in the middle of the paint. Luke Longley way above the three-point arc. That was a good call.
Warning on the Sonics. 5 minutes even remaining. Seattle trying to make the move now. Down by as many as 14. Trailing by 9. Kukoc on the low block turns. Whips up a quick little snapper in low. The goaltending is the call. I think Irvin had a piece of it up in the rim.
Yeah, and I don't know if he even touched the ball, but he was all up in the rim and up in the cone and the cylinder and touched the rim. That's goaltending.
11-point lead for Chicago. Payton stops 15 feet from the basket. Checked by Jordan. Swings it out to Hawkins. Tried to cut in with a left hand, can't. They swing it to Payton. Now low to Shrimp. Detlef turns the corner, stumbles, kick outside. Here's Irvin. Fires a 15-footer and got it.
Irvin put his arms up like he thought it was a three. I know it's a long way out, Irvin, but it's still only 15 feet.
9-point lead for Chicago. Jordan picked up on a jump switch by Johnson. Jordan finds Longley, nearly lost it out of bounds, but into the air he leaps, flips to Pippen, over to Jordan for the three, in and out. Kukoc after the rebound, deflected away by Kemp, grabbed by Longley. Out to Pippen, into the lane, over to Jordan, took a hack. That's a legitimate foul, and Johnson will be tagged with the foul. They weren't going to let Michael do anything nasty in the lane that time.
It's not like put your tongue back in your mouth, Michael. You're not embarrassing us, Scotty. Spots Michael. He was going to go up there, raids, and try and pack it on somebody, but Irvin Johnson gets him before he gets airborne.
Jordan had 8 first quarter points, has yet to score here in the second until the free throw, and he drops it up and in.
Steve Kerr, now this young man was a ball boy at UCLA right after I left. He was there in 1978, attended the University of Arizona, and on his team there in like 89, he had Sean Rooks, Sean Elliott, Brian Williams, Judd Buechler, Kenny Lofton, the baseball player.
They went to the Final Four.
Yep, but I mean, that kind of talent, you got to be winning some Final Fours.
Yeah. Jordan with both free throws, and the Bulls lead it by 11. 4:06 left, second quarter play. Hawkins sideline right, in low to Detlef, backs, turns, takes it with authority to the rack with a left-hand hook that just rattled out. Deflected outside to Kerr. Steve Kerr to midcourt. Kerr with the ball high over the head, looking for Jordan, tangled up with Hawkins. Hawk denies him the ball. Jordan wipes him out with a stiff arm, pops out, gets the rock, spins to the baseline, walks the baseline, drives in with a left hand, missed the shot. He's brought down hard by Irvin Johnson and fouled. And we'll get 2 shots.
That's one thing about Michael Jordan. He's a real physical player on post-ups, getting through screens. You think of him as a finesse player, but he'll give up elbow for elbow, bump for bump, takes it strong to the baseline, and kind of slithers between 2 or 3 defenders, gets the shot off. But Michael worked really hard this summer, Kevin. And right after they were eliminated by Orlando, he started working out. He said he wanted to stream down his upper body that was used to hitting baseballs. He wanted to get back into basketball shooting form. And I saw him play a lot in L.A., and he was working on a movie out there, and he worked like crazy, and I just knew he was going to have this kind of year. 30 points a game ahead of Hardaway and Ceballos for the scoring lead in the league.
32 years of age, and what many people forget is he came away from, I believe it was a broken fibula in his second year in the league. 18 games he played that year, so he rehabbed. And of course, from that point on, he led the league in scoring 7 straight years and won 3 straight championships, 90 to 93. Here's a push foul out on the wing as the Sonics attack, and it will send Seattle to the line on the 5th team foul by Chicago.
Yeah, that was the year he played against the Celtics in the playoff and gave them, what, 63, I think, when he rehabbed that broken bone. Then he rehabbed the Celtics. Put some Celtics in rehab.
John Kemp to the line, hits the free throw. Kemp with 11.
It'll be interesting to hear what George Karl tells his team at halftime if the Bulls are able to keep this lead, because they've played good basketball. Just keep playing hard, and hope that the Bulls start missing some shots.
3:29 left in the first half. 52-40. Bulls by 12. Pip with the ball between the rings. Shoots a pass outside of Simpkins. They'll give it back to Pippen. He slants off the Pip, gives to Kerr, leans back and torches a baseline jump shot. That was a lovely delivery. He has 5. Sonics quickly up in the front court. Shrimp to Hawkins, drives into the lane. Contact made. Longley hit him. A pretty good lick, and that is the 3rd foul on the Chicago Bulls redhead, Luke Longley.
Yeah, that's the best time to attack this Bull defense when they're in transition. Longley is not a shot blocker. If you can sneak somebody in the paint like Hersey Hawkins on this play, he can get to the free throw line. Once they get set in their half-court defense, they're awfully tough to score against, and the opponent's field goal percentage reflects that. I think it's what 43% opponents are shooting against this defense.
Here's a chance for the Hawk to find the cylinder. He's yet to score. He hits a free throw, shooting 90% for the year from the stripe. Longley and Simpkins check out. Winnington and Caffey step in.
And one thing I like about Phil Jackson is that he's not afraid to use rookies. He used Corey Blunt a couple of years ago when he was a rookie. Jason Caffey's getting a lot of playing time here in the first half, and that's the only way these guys are going to get their feet underwater or feet wet or whatever, is by getting on the court, getting some time on the court, some experience.
Baptism under fire, absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. That's where the water was, the baptism. Amen, brother.
Pippen in backcourt is forced to spin as Hawkins lunged for the ball. There was slight contact made, but again, incidental one-on-one in backcourt. Well, he came across the body with a left arm and got a piece of the ball. It's his 2nd foul.
Well, see, the part that bothers me about it is that if he would have did that move and Pippen would have lost the basketball and then Hersey might have had a chance to get it, then it's more than incidental because it caused a disruption in the play. Pippen still had control of the basketball, so let the play go and don't disrupt the game like that.
That comes with seasoning and knack and a little bit of talent, and that's what the real guys have. And these folks simply don't because they haven't officiated these games. Pippen hits the free throw. He has 11. 55-42 to count. Pippen looks at his own bench, braces, bends at the knees, high flip with the free throw delivery missed. Shrimp deflects the rebound, and Gary comes up with it in backcourt. Gary Payton, 12 points, leading the Sonics in scoring. To midcourt he comes, take Jordan off the Shrimp screen. Reverses, comes back off the pick, angles into the lane, dumps it outside of McMillan with 11 on the shot clock. Gary will get it back, delivers to Kemp on the block, driven out by Jordan and Simpkins, finds Hawkins, over it comes to Detlef, a little hook up and in, over Jordan. Nice play, he has 5 points.
But again, if you're a Sonic fan, you have to be concerned. They're getting shots off, tough shots with 3 seconds on the shot clock. I mean, the Bulls will take that all night long. Make it tough with the shot clock winding down.
2:34 left in the first half. Chicago calls a timeout. Bulls lead 55-44 on the Sonics Broadcasting Network. The Sonics have maintained their good shooting. They were down 14 in the first quarter. They're battling. They're within reach of the Chicago Bulls. If they can keep it here, they'll be all right. Pass from Pippen to Jordan deflected. Michael got it. Crossover dribble between the wickets. Double up fake on the baseline. Out to Kerr. Over to Kukoc. Sets his feet. Springs into the lane. Knife to the hole. His shot tipped by Shrimp and a foul called on Detlef. And we'll send Kukoc to the line for a deuce.
And Detlef thought he got a piece of the ball, and I would believe him because Kukoc is a left-handed guy. He brought it back to the left hand. But George Karl is trying to go a little quicker defensively. He has a smaller unit. Sean Kemp playing the 5. Detlef playing the 4. And Nate McMillan playing the 3 spot. So see if the quickness can put a dent in the Chicago scoring.
Kukoc with the free throw up and in. He averaged 17 points and 5 assists per ball game last year. Second one up and in. 57-44, 13 points. Chicago lead, 2:16 left. Second quarter, across midcourt. Payton covered by Jordan. Cuts into the lane, to the hole. Double pump, sends it way outside beyond the arc to Hawkins. Over to McMillan. Cross court to Gary for the 3. Rimmed it short. Rebound, grabbed by McMillan, hustling into the corner. Good play. Reloads to Gary, another 3. In and out. Rebound to Kemp. Steps back up, powers to the hole. Caffey from behind. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Caffey from behind blocks the shot. There is no whistle. The ball clearly went off Caffey out of bounds. And a technical foul whistle on Nate McMillan. You have got to be kidding me. It has reached an all-time low with that call. An absolute abomination.
Are they calling a foul on a technical foul on Sean Kemp? I don't understand this play. As you see, Kemp with the rebound. Now Caffey, 35 from behind, is going to clearly swat the ball. Now that's interesting because from that angle, it looked like it could have gone off of Sean. It's hard to say because we can't see what's happening in front. The official was right there on top of the play. This is a better angle maybe to see what's going on. Hey, that was not that bad of a call, to tell you the truth. I mean, it happened so fast that the naked eye couldn't pick it up. Or the naked eye of a lot of the fans around courtside, but the official was right there. But I thought, Sean might have gotten a foul call because Caffey really came down aggressively from behind, and that usually warrants a foul.
Bulls by 14, 58-44 with 1:44 left in the second quarter. Jordan backs, turns, whirls, follow-away jumper up and in. And that's what really hurts about a call like that. You're hanging right there on the edge. Jordan scores on the technical foul free throw and the follow-away jump shot. He is an opportunist. 16-point lead. In low, it's Kemp again. Starts up into the lane. Caffey nailed him, and this time a foul call on Jason Caffey.
Yeah, Sean, they ought to go to him like 2 or 3 consecutive times because the officials will give him the quick whistle on any contact down low, and well, they should. Caffey 2 hands on the side. That's an obvious foul, but it was interesting. Gary Payton got right down the gut of the defense that last possession and kicked the ball back out. That's because of Michael Jordan's awareness. He knew he had Michael on his hip. Michael was poised to try and block the shot, but I think you got to go in there and finish it and try to draw a foul or use some creativity. If you're Gary Payton, he can get his shot off.
Sean's free throw, Rockets in and out. And the Sonics 6 of 10 shooting from the line. The Bulls 13 of 16. Second one up, and rims won't go. Detlef over leaps the ball. Pippen grabs it flat-footed and will wheel out of backcourt. Detlef went up and that ball was on the rim. He timed it beautifully, but it took another skip on the iron, and he was coming down when that ball had come off. Kerr swings to Kukoc out high, delivers to Kerr, slants into the key, kick out past Pippen. Shows Kemp the ball up, fakes, drives in, turnaround jumper from the dotted line, swish, Pippen with 13.
And Sean Kemp played that defensively as well as you could play it. Had a hand right in his face and made Pippen readjust his shot, but it was still Twine.
Bulls by 18. They're trying to dust Seattle right now. Jordan really getting after Payton. Payton gives to Kemp, drew the bump, shovels it in, count the basket. He draws the foul, and he will go to the line.
And Michael almost talked the official out of the continuation. He said, no. The official said, really, Mike? I said, no, that's okay. That was a good call. That was a good move by Sean Kemp, though. Again, go to Sean against Caffey. Referee's a little pressure sensitive right now.
And he should be.
A little pressure sensitive. So they'll blow the whistles quickly for Sean Kemp on any contact. Sean Smart move to continue the shot after you heard the early whistle.
16 points, Chicago lead with 48 seconds remaining. Caffey will come out, and in will come James Edwards.
Now, I know they're not going to put James Edwards on Sean. James is older than me. That's old. James about 40 years old, came out in 1977.
Kemp misses the free throw. Rebound to Pippen. Up front court to Kukoc. Turnovers, missed free throws. They don't help. Pippen turns the corner off an Edwards screen to the baseline. Makes a hard pivot, nearly fell. Swings it outside to Kerr to Kukoc. Jump into Jordan. Follow away Jay. In and out. Rebound, Detlef Shrimp. 30 seconds remaining, second period play. Here's the outlet pass. Detlef trying to get rid of it. Peyton Jordan up in the front court. Gary spins 5, gives back to Detlef to the baseline. Swings it to Gary beneath the rim. He has no chance on the pass outside. He's hacked and fouled. And the Bulls bailed him out there.
As an offensive player, you become so aware of Michael Jordan and his great defensive ability, his quick hands to block shots, to deflect passes. Gary got the ball under the rim, was sandwiched between Kerr and Jordan, and elected, instead of trying to go for the 2, to try and kick it back out again.
Gary knocks in a free throw. He has 13 points. Sonic free throw shooting, 7 of 13 from the line, and the turnovers, 9 for 10 Chicago points. McMillan rotates in for Seattle with Askew, Payton, Kemp, and Perkins. 20 seconds remaining in the second period.
With this lineup that the Bulls have in now, they usually will look to try and penetrate and kick it back out for a 3-point shot.
Payton's free throw off the mark. He battles hard in the backcourt, but the Bulls come away with it. Pippen slants into the lane, gives to Jordan, hovers, and is fouled. He's hacked by McMillan. Second on Nate. And the Bulls, Jordan goes to the line with the Bulls leading by 15.
You see, I like that. Gary Payton went down in the backcourt going for a steal. The Bulls had a 4-on-5 advantage break. Yeah, there were 20 seconds. The last shot play was in effect. But you got numbers at the other end. You go for the easy shot.
And Pippen did a beautiful job just to go right to the basket until he got some interference, and he knew Jordan was on his hip. There he was. He kicked it to him.
I mean, you're playing 4-on-5. Somebody has got to be open, and a lot of teams don't take advantage of that. A player go down, and they'll help him up, and are you all right, man? Hey, get down court and score.
That's right.
And then inquire about the health of the opponent, if inquire at all.
Jordan with 18. A couple of free throws up and in. 64-47, Bulls by 17. 10 seconds left. Shrimp, cross court. Hawkins fakes. 6 seconds. 4, 3 into the lane. A running right-hander nearly went in at the front of the rim. He drew the foul. So with 3 and 9/10 seconds remaining, the Hawk goes to the line with the Sonics down 17. And they have just sucked the oxygen out of this building.
I mean, the Bulls look in mid-season form. I mean, they're 10-1, and just Jordan looks so much better than he did the last 17 games in the playoffs of last year. And Pippen has as much confidence as he's had when Jordan was out those 2 years, when he was able to be the leader of the team. So everything just kind of worked out perfectly for them so far. It's still early in the season, though, but this team is playing great basketball.
The Bulls went 67-15 in 91-92 season and beat the Portland Trailblazers for their second of 3 consecutive championships. Nobody remains from that team other than Jordan and Pippen. But as Marcus mentioned on the broadcast, I thought it was a key observation. You get Rodman for Horace Grant. You have the other role players. Hawkins hits the free throw, steals the inbounds, goes right at Kukoc. Ball deflected, grabbed by Gary Trailing. They'll lay it in at the buzzer, count the basket. 15 for Gary Payton, and a lovely play by Hersey Hawkins to deflect that inbounds pass from Kukoc and set up the steal. That's huge.
Yeah, that's good to end the half on. Hopefully it's something you can build on to start the second half. Just great anticipation by the Hawk as the inbound pass thrown by Kukoc, kind of nonchalanted it in there. He's going to try and hit Shine for the dunk, and there's Kukoc with the hands, but Gary just beats the clock and shoots the layup over Pippen.
And they have yet to win in Chicago against Michael. 0 for 10. Yeah, they did beat Chicago last year, but Jordan wasn't playing for him at that time. All right, the Sonics will bring it out of backcourt, and Pippen with Jordan. And again, it's Pippen covering Shrimp and Jordan covering Payton as he handles the basketball. Gary looking to chest pass, Camp feeds to Shrimp, cuts up into the lane, hands off, in deep to Brikowski, who swings up a shovel reverse and in. He has 4 points. Back come the Bulls. Jordan pulls up to answer, and he sticks the jumper. 19 for Michael.
I mean, you work, you move the ball around, got a good pass, Frank Brikowski, tough layup, all of a sudden, full court pass, Jordan, wide open jumper. You know, they're just demoralizing.
Chicago by 13. Kemp backs down to the baseline. Lost a handle on it. Gets it double teamed by Simpkins and Longley. Finds Hawkins outside the three-point ring. They'll give it back to Sean. Whirls in. Count the basket. If it goes, rolls off. He drew the foul. We'll get 2 shots.
But one final thought on that Northwestern team and their toughness. We'll get them out there in that sunshine, Kevin. Feed them, take it to Disneyland. They'll have on puka shells and Birkenstocks in a week.
Full of prime rib.
Yep.
The shot apparently won't come. Was not in the act of shooting. And we have a whistle on Detlef's jump shot that goes. I don't believe they'll count the basket. Well, they're going to call the foul apparently before the shot.
It looked like a foul on
Chicago.
No basket.
No basket, and the foul on a Chicago Bull in low, I believe Jason Caffey.
But it's a good sign. Detlef pulling up that jump shot, real aggressive, real positive with that movement. He's got to get Scottie Pippen out of his head.
It's on Simpkins. It's his 5th. Seattle will bring it in bounds. Detlef has the ball on the low block. Turns up fakes and drew Pippen into him for the foul.
Yeah, he was playing really tentative, like he was overly concerned about the great defense of Scottie Pippen. But Detlef is a guy who averages 20 points a game himself. He's an all-star. He's all-pro. He's not chopped liver or chopped shrimp.
Detlef will go to the line, where he this year has hit 80%. He had 5 points in the first quarter. And the free throw up and in. Shrimp with 6 points. We getting food orders down here now? Yeah, we just hear pizza mentioned. Not a bad idea. 12-point lead for Chicago. A minute gone in the third. Detlef eyes the second, flips it and missed it. The Sonics have just been awful at the line. I mean, let's face it, just awful. 9 of 16, 56% at half from the strike. Harper with it, front court left side to Caffey. Outside of Pippen between the rings. Now to Jordan. Has to step on Hawkins, lost the ball, goes back to get it. Jordan swarm, double team, cross court to Harper. Slants into the lane, pull up flick, no. Harper gets his own rebound, nobody on him. Ball stripped free, grabbed by Pippen, juggles it out to the sideline. He'll take it above the head, look for help, and feed to Harper in the corner. Ron with 15 on the shot clock. Holds the ball out beyond his body like a grapefruit. Feeds to Longley, spins away, finds Pippen for the 3. No. Longley the rebound, right back up, lost it. Brikowski comes up with it. And a late whistle and a foul called on the Chicago Bulls, Jason Caffey.
Sonics dodging a couple of bullets on that possession. Pippen with a wide open look from the three-point line, missed it, and then Longley with the offensive rebound got his strip.
12-point Chicago lead. Shrimp with the ball, sideline right, angles a pass out on the point left side. Hawkins whirls in, plants it up with the right hand. He missed the running right-hander. Rebound deflected, grabbed by Harper. Across midcourt he comes. Jitterbugs outside, slants to the baseline, double team, turned away. Might have put another dribble down on the floor. Crowd thought so, but two officials can't see it. Jordan, sideline right with the ball. Out on top, Hart. They give it to Pip. Scotty doubles to Caffey, 15 feet from the hole. Skips it low, Longley gathers it in, backs, whirls, fall away jump shot after the pressure, bounces in. Longley with 12. And the Bulls lead it 68-54. Shrimp skips it in low in the early offense to Kemp. He's fronted by Caffey. The ball deflects off Sean's hands and out of bounds.
Yeah, it shows you the confidence that Phil Jackson is gaining on his rookie, Jason Caffey, as he starts him off on Sean Kemp inside. And Caffey with a hand on the shirt of Sean Kemp. Sean with a great hustle to try and save it, but that's that foul that two officials just can't see.
Well, Caffey played well in the preseason against the Sonics, and in that matchup with Kemp. And again, it goes back to Phil Jackson playing his rookies, his youngsters, in preseason training camp as well as early in the season. Longley hits a set shot, 18-footer, and the Bulls looking to run away. They lead by 16. 9:17 left in the third, and there absolutely is no letdown in the Bulls machine. Lob pass, Hawkins to Kemp. Turns beneath the rim, and Caffey nails him for the foul.
Caffey out of Alabama, rookie, the 20th pick in the draft this year. Nice pick. Alabama just keeps producing those jumping, strong, active big men. McDyess, McKee, just keep on going down the list. Freewill, Ori, Askers.
Yeah, the list goes on.
It does indeed.
Kemp hits the free throw. 14 points for Sean. Tony Kukoc comes off the Chicago bench. 15 points, Chicago lead. 9:11 left in the third. Kukoc in, Caffey out.
You got to continue going to Sean Kemp. Obviously, he and Gary Payton have carried the Sonics almost all of this ball game, but especially now, I think Kukoc might have to match up against Sean. He's not strong enough to deal with the rain man down in the low post.
14 points, Chicago lead. 9:08 left in the third quarter play. Kukoc to Pippen, head of the key. They feed it to Jordan, back to the basket. Quick drop step on Hersey, finds Longley wide open, missed the shot. Kemp comes over, Longley steals it away. Put back by Longley from point blank range, won't go. Kemp rips the rebound away, this time up to Gary Payton. He's low slung over the rock, feeds to Kemp, out to Hawkins, rotates it to the brick man, baseline right. On top to Detlef, covered by Kukoc, takes him left side, hops, pivots, guns a pass intended for Bukowski, off Pippen's hands, out of bounds.
Now, I would be surprised to see the Bulls put Pippen on Kemp at times also. He's a smaller player, but he's stronger, but they're going to go with Kukoc now in this part of the offense.
8.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Pippen will bring it in balance for the Sonics, outside of Bukowski, tied up by Harper and foul. Second on Ron Harper, non-shooting foul. Team-wise, the Chicago Bulls, well, I'm not sure how many team fouls. We'll get it for you in a moment. They are over the limit. All right, so Bukowski goes to the line at the 8:38 mark here in the third. And he missed the free throw, and it's getting contagious. The Sonics 12 of 21 at the line. Have also committed 10 turnovers for 12 Chicago points, and you add those two factors alone, and you know that this team is down. Bukowski hits the free throw, and then of course you throw in the hot shooting, 58% of Chicago, and you're looking at a 13-point Chicago lead.
But this is what the Sonics need to do. They need to try to do something to break the rhythm of Chicago. They came out to full court pressure to take some time off the shot clock.
Pippen slants down the sideline. He's turned by Detlef. Pippen looks inside, gives to Longley. They thread the needle inside to Harper. He's got to save the ball. Does to Jordan. He leans back and misses the 15-footer from the angle. Rebound to the Rain Man, up to Gary. His pass up in the front court, speared by Kukoc and stolen. Kukoc hands to Pippen. Scotty pivots away from the pressure of Payton. Scotty slants in. Now he's turned away by Payton. Pippen skips across court to Harper over to Michael. Michael in the corner, double team. Loops it outside to Harper. Leans into a three. Missed it. Rebound. Kemp up after it. Deflected by Pippen. Grabbed by Gary Payton. Gary up the center of the floor. Baseball to Detlef. Slants into the lane. Steps by a man. Loops in a runner that just caught some rim and fell.
Now this is encouraging. Two nice defensive possessions in a row for the Sonics. They're doing it. They're increasing the pressure. They're double teaming Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen every time.
Bulls by 11. Jordan double team to Longley. Hits Harper running into the lane. Out to Kukoc. Will take a three. Missed it. Rebound to Shrimp. Seattle can cut it to 9. Detlef long lead pass to Kemp. Breaks by Kukoc. Goes to the glass. Lays it in. What a pass from Detlef Schrempf to Sean Kemp. The Sonics pull within 9.
Yeah,
that is tonight's Sonics Horizon Air Instant Replay.
Make Harper, make Kukoc beat you from the outside with long jump shots. Take the ball out of Jordan Pippen's hands.
9 points, Chicago lead. With it, Pippen, reverse pivot in the lane, the jump hook of 8-0. Rebound rattles free. Kemp had it. Lost it. Ball kicked to midcourt. Detlef dives. Harper dives. Harper coughs it up. Grabbed by Hawkins, 3-on-1. Jordan is back to Detlef. Back to Hawk. Into the lane. Lays it up and in. The Sonics pulled it within 7. 70-63. 6:52 left in the third. The Sonics jump the Bulls. Just flat jumped them with great defensive pressure.
The defense is doing it. Detlef getting down and dirty with Ron Harper trying to get the loose ball. Hersey Hawkins floods the passing lane to come up with the steal, and then a nice job, a little give-and-go basketball between Hersey and Detlef Schrempf at the other side. Capitalize on the turnovers.
A 9-0 run to get within 7. The Sonics are in it again. 6:52 left. Back in a moment on the Sonics Broadcasting Network.
Yeah, nice job. Detlef recognizing Sean Kemp had snuck behind Tony Kukoc, put it right there, laid it down for the Rainman to finish it off.
Chicago ball, and they turn it over. A foul called on Luke Longley, trying to set up for a screen. That's his 4th. And suddenly we've got a brand new game. The Sonics listless. The Bulls were absolutely flawless until about 3 minutes ago.
Interesting, Phil Jackson's counter. Now he's got Bushler in the game for Harper. Bushler, a lot better three-point shooter, something Harper wasn't able to do early in the third quarter.
7-point Chicago lead. Gary takes a right at Jordan, drives into the lane, through the bump, and finishes and scores with a roundhouse hook to the window. 17th for Gary, taking it right at the man. The Sonics within 5.
In the first half, Gary was looking to pass that one back out. At halftime, we talked about it. Take it to the rack and finish strong.
Sonics down 5. Jordan sideline right, double team, driven away by Hawkins and Bukowski. Gets rid of it to Longley, overplayed by Kemp. It hits Longley's hands, goes out of bounds. It'll be Sonic ball.
And the Bulls can't believe it now. They're crowding around the official. He puts the ball in play despite that. The Sonics have numbers.
Peyton quickly up the floor to Detlef, measures a 3, rims left, rebound, Michael Jordan. 6 minutes remaining in the third. 70-65, Chicago by 5. Jordan the other way across midcourt. It's Pippen with a hand. Jordan stops, head of the key, will get it. Swinging out right side, double team, beats the double team to the baseline, hooks to Kukoc, and a foul called on the pass outside to a wide open Tony Kukoc. It will be on Sean Kemp.
Again, incidental contact. Jordan had delivered the ball before the bump was made. Kukoc had it in his hands. The official stopped the floor play when it had no bearing on the game whatsoever.
The Sonics with 1 team foul. They've got a few to give. 5:50 left in the third. Jordan looking low. Swings it outside of Pippen. Over to Longley. Overplay by Bukowski. And a foul called on Frank Bukowski. It's the 4th on Frank and the 2nd team foul on the Supersonics. And that was worth the gamble. Why not? Open floor, Longley 20 feet from the hole. 1 team foul, go for it.
And it's a sneaky play. You come up from the other side. You usually keep your body in between the defense and between your offensive player and the ball. That time he's stuck around the other side.
Bulls by 5, 70-65. They've led by as many as 18 in the game, 16 here in the quarter. Jordan backs down, turns, triple up fake. Drew Hawkins off his feet, feeds to Longley, wide open jumper, he nailed it. He has been the wild card. 16 for Longley. He's been the safety valve. He hasn't missed a shot like that.
Exactly, and you saw Bukowski, aggressive double team on Jordan along with Hersey Hawkins. He was the only outlet. Longley, and he knocked it down.
That breaks a Sonic 11-0 run to pull within 5. They're within 7, and now an offensive foul in Seattle. They turn it right back over and give it to Chicago. Kemp is called with a foul. It's his 3rd.
Sean's got to be careful now. He's picked up 2 quick fouls. The officials are looking at any type of minimal contact as a foul, so it's time to be aware of that.
Won't count as a team foul, so the Sonics have the 2 team fouls as they set up defensively for Chicago. The Bulls leading by 7, 72-65. Pippen spots a seam, slants into the lane, made contact with Bukowski. He knocked him down, and there's no whistle. The Sonics got a break. Kemp clears it to Peyton, 3-on-3. Pull up Jay, in and out. Rebound, Longley, it rolls off his back. Hawkins after it, but Kukoc comes down with it. Swings it ahead to Jordan, up to Pippen. Sprinting out front court right side, picked up by Kemp. He puts his back to the Rain Man. Backs him, walks him into the paint. Stripped of the ball, but it rolls free to Bushler. Into the lane he comes, makes contact and a charge on Bushler. No, Bukowski was backpedaling and was sideways when the 2 made contact. Brick will get the 5th foul.
And it looked like Bukowski, there was a lot more contact when he knocked Pippen down than on that play when Bushler just drove to the basket. It was definitely, I think, a blocking. Well, he had position. He was set. Bushler initiated the contact, and he was outside of the 3-second lane area. So, I don't know. That's another replacement call.
Yeah, there'll be free throws involved for Bushler as free throw dances off the rim.
Bushler's played exceptionally well for this team, shooting the ball 53% from the field, right at 50% from the three-point line, and he's in there to knock down some open shots off the double teams when they're when the Sonics are double teaming Jordan Pippen.
Bushler misses both free throws. Kemp is all over the rebound. The Rain Man with 7 rebounds, 17 points. 72-65 the count. Bulls by 7. Gary turns the corner on a Kemp screen, slides it outside to Hawk. He'll deliver it to Detlef, who will set up Gary with a screen. Gary angles over to the sideline. Pippen makes contact with him. The ball goes out of bounds, and they will award it to the Seattle Supersonics. Should have been a foul call on Pippen. If there's no foul, that ball goes out of bounds off of Gary Payton, says Phil Jackson in front of the Chicago bench. 7 on the shot clock for Seattle. Payton will loop it inbounds to Detlef. Slants into the lane with the left hand, turns, reverse pivot, high banker, no. Rebound to Pip. Scottie Pippen breaks across midcourt with a number high dribble. Outside to Jordan. Quick gate to the baseline, double pump, missed the banker. Rebound recovered by Kemp. Jordan is human. The outlet pass to McMillan. Down the left side he comes. They'll wait for the Rain Man. Gary comes off the screen, flings it outside to Nate McMillan. Nate with a high chest pass, gathered in by Hawkins, loops it low. Kemp to turn around. Pip, no. Pippen with a jump with the rebound. 72-65, Chicago by 7.
I don't think the Sonics have scored in about 4 straight possessions, and that was not the best of shots to fall away. Gary took a force, Detlef forced one long up. They've got to try and work it into the paint or get to the free throw line.
Pippen feeds to Kukoc. They lob it low to Jordan. He rolls into the lane, missed the shot, put back by Longley, not there. Jabbed out by Kemp, grabbed by Hawkins. Ahead to Payton. Kukoc and Pippen will wait for him. He slings it over to McMillan. He knocks down an 18-footer left side. McMillan from Gary Payton. He tossed it over Kukoc and Pippen for the deuce. 5-point lead for Chicago.
And if plan A and plan B fails, get it to Mac-10.
Jordan inside the long lead, tried to hit a driving Bushler, but threw it right by him out of bounds. Sonic basketball.
Finally, this key arena crowd coming alive. The Sonics displaying a lot more energy here in the third quarter than they've shown all in the first half combined.
72-67, the Bulls had an 18-point lead, trimmed to 5 on the Sonics Broadcasting Network. 72-67, Bulls by 5. The Sonics will bring it up on a Chicago turnover, their 10th of the game. That one charged to Longley. Payton has the ball on the point with McMillan. Mac-10 out beyond the three-point ring. McMillan with the ball over the head, dumps it to Kemp. Backing up Pippen, bumps, turns, rams into Longley, who comes across the body for the block. Foul on Longley, sends Kemp to the line. The Sonics are due to hit some free throws.
That's a nice job by Sean Kemp to work Scottie Pippen in. They'll put Scottie, he releases the contact, then regains it. Sean just goes up looking to draw the foul. You know, Sean, if he develops a nice little jump hook to go along with the power moves inside and the spin to the baseline, it's going to make him that much more difficult to guard.
The Chicago Bulls here in the third quarter have turned the ball over 5 times, and Chicago has only scored a bucket in the last 6 minutes and 30 seconds of play. Kemp hits the first of 2 free throws for 18.
And they've made other guys have to step it up and try and score. It was Ron Harper early on. They're double teaming Scottie and Michael, getting it out of their hands. And Michael missed a couple of easy ones inside that kind of rolled and lipped out.
Kemp with 19, 72-69. The Sonics trail by 18 in the second quarter before closing to 13 at half. The Bulls had a 16-point third quarter lead. Pippen trying to fling it outside. Has the ball deflected by McMillan. Grabbed by Payton. 4-on-3. Lob to the Rain Man. He will go to get it with the right hand and jam it down. The Rain Man with a power-packed right hand pulls the Sonics to within 1. Jordan to Whittington. Inside. Denied and fouled in low. Whittington will get 2 shots. Payton with a lob to Sean Kemp. And the Rain Man has drawn this crowd out of their seats and into a dizzy.
The Rain Man sneaking behind the defense. Happy birthday to you. Sean T. Kemp does it as only he can do it one-handed. Cocks it. Oh, it's sweet. The Rain Man pouring down on you.
Got a little icing on his fingers with that one. 21 for the Rain Man. And Whittington comes back to hit the free throw. Bulls lead 73-71.
And see, that's the play that keeps the crowd in the game, keeps them pumped up, keeps his teammates pumped up.
Got to keep hope alive. 21 points, 10 rebounds for Sean Kemp. Whittington's second one up, got it. They have put Jason Cappy, the rookie from Alabama, back in the lineup. Seattle on the attack. Payton loops it ahead to Askew. Out to Sam for the three. Won't take it. Drives into the lane. Extends the left hand. Had it deflected away. Jordan comes up with it to midcourt. Bulls by three. Jordan outside to Kerr. Intercepted by Perkins. Up to Payton. Here come the Sonics 3-on-3. Gary drop pass beneath the legs to Perkins for the three. He got it. Big smooth on a lovely drop pass from Gary Payton. And the crowd going nuts. The Sonics rally from 18 back for the tie at 74-74. 1:50 left in the third. New game. New crowd. Jordan. New life. In low to Pippen. Double team. The pass across to Whittington. Deflected by the glove and out of bounds.
Yeah, the last 5 possessions, the Sonics have been on defense. They've gotten a hand on the basketball every single time. Nate McMillan, Gary Payton, Sam Perkins stole the ball from Michael Jordan. Just really active on defense.
74-74. Minute 40 left in the third. Pippen beyond the three-point ring. To Jordan, about a 25-footer that missed, and a 24-second shot clock violation on the air ball from Jordan. Seattle will take it back.
And I tell you what, the 10-1 Bulls look to be a little rattled right now, and that has a lot to do with the defense of the Sonics and the way this crowd has gotten into the basketball game.
7th turnover on the Bulls here in the quarter. The Chicago Bulls have scored just 10 points here in the third period, and the Sonics have outscored them with a 23-point effort here in the third frame to pull from 13 down at half to earn the tie and looking for their first lead.
Now watch Gary with the gusto, going to drop it between the wickets. And Sam Perkins gets a chance to line it up and knock it down. Big shot because it tied the Sonics up, and it kept their run going, kept the crowd in the game.
A 20-4 run. The Sonics have led this game one time. That was at 5-4. 74 all the count, 128 left in the third. McMillan to the Marine man, he turns, squeezes between defenders, shovels it up, missed it, follows his own miss up and in. Kemp will not be denied. 23 points for the Rain Man. And the Sonics have the lead, 76-74. Here's Jordan beyond the three-point ring to Pippen. Feed it to Cappy. Hands off to Pippen. Well beyond the three-point arc. Ball jab free. He'll go to get it. 10 to the shot clock. Pippen double. Over to Kerr. Slants in. Jump pass. Pippen all along for the tray. Rimmed it. Rebound. Nate McMillan. Lead pass midcourt. Gary with it. Hops to get it. Slants into the lane. Shovels it to Vinny. Trailing for the three. Rims. Rebound. Cappy comes over the top of Perkins. Outlet pass to Pippen. Pippen has Jordan on his left, Kerr on his right. He'll go to Kerr for the three. Badly missed. Rebound to Jordan. Out beyond the three-point ring. He'll slant to the lane. Following Jay for Jordan. It won't go. Rebound, Sean Kemp. Somebody's pulled the hatch over the rim. Here's Askew. Up ahead to Payton. Works the dribble into the lane. Makes a contact with Jordan. And the foul will be on Michael Jordan.
That's a nice, aggressive take by Gary Payton, something he did not do a lot in the first half. This time just puts his head down, drops that left shoulder, and yeah, he knocks Michael Jordan on his duff, but so what? Gary gets to the free throw line. This is how you got to attack Michael. Just aggressively trying to draw the foul. He got his head by him. That was the key. Michael was not in position. Good call by the official.
Gary Payton, as courageous an effort as I have seen in the NBA. That ankle was swollen. There was no chance in my mind he was going to be playing this homestand, but he gave the Sonics 38 minutes of guts against San Antonio, and tonight he's turned on the Jets here in the third quarter. He has been the catalyst. 17 points for Gary Payton, who has been outstanding in distributing 8 assists this evening as well. Now at the line, he can give the Sonics their largest lead of the game. And he missed the free throw, and the Sonics at the line now, 15 of 25.
He shot that one flat. He's got to put more arc on the basketball. These free throws are so important, as you know.
Second one up and in, 18 for G. The Sonics have a 3-point lead at 77-74. 25 seconds left, third quarter play. Pippen across midcourt. Jordan stands sideline left. Now he will drop down to the baseline, and Schrepp is called for a foul outside in defending Scottie Pippen. It is the first in the last 2 minutes on the Sonics, but Seattle is over the limit. And so Pippen will go to the line for 2 shots.
Detlef has got to respect the quickness of Scottie Pippen. That time he was a step too close. Scottie was way out by the Sonic logo, a good 35 feet away from the bucket.
17 and 7/10 seconds remaining to play in the third, and Pippen misses the free throw.
Scott is the kind of guy, if you give him that much room and he gets a running start, he's going to take off from the dotted line and dunk on somebody. So back up when he gets near the three-point line, then close in on him.
The Chicago Bulls here in the game have, in the third quarter, attempted 19 shots, and they've only hit 4 of those from the field. Pippen drops in both free throws. The Sonics lead. They're actually hitting 1 of the 2. The Sonics lead is at 2 points at 77-75. Payton beyond the three-point ring with 6 seconds, with 5. Off the shrimp screen, drives into the lane, steps by Whittington. The pass to the point, deflected. Kukoc just got it with 1. Gets it up in the front court, and the third quarter is over. The Sonics rally from 18 back in the second quarter, 16 in the third, with an explosive 11-0 run at one point to pull within 2 after 3, having a 2-point lead after 3 on the Sonics Broadcasting Network. So the Sonics use 8 Chicago turnovers in the third quarter to their advantage. They convert for 13 points. In doing so, they hold the Bulls to 4 of 19 shooting. On the offensive end, the Rain Man, 10 of his 23 in the third, including a sensational jam on a lob from Gary Payton. An 11-0 run, 9 of 16 shooting. And at the end of 3, the Sonics a 2-point lead. Now we resume play. Here's Randy Brown. Right side, double teamed, outside to Kukoc. Reaches into the heavens to get it, sends it to Brown. Tight ropes the baseline. McMillan from behind had a block, but a foul called by the baseline official. Will send Randy Brown to the line for 2 shots. The foul on McMillan is third.
Now, the Sonics have to be aware of one of the oldest scenarios in sports. That's when you're in such a rut and you work so hard to dig yourself out of the hole that you expend so much energy you have nothing left to give up down the stretch. But that's where this crowd is, I think, going to come into play. They can be the ones to provide the energy to get the Sonics over that hump. They played so well defensively in the third quarter. We just hope they can sustain it here in the fourth.
Chicago now for the game shooting 47% after they got off to a 70% trip in the first quarter. Brown misses both free throws, but Pippen grabs the rebound. Dumps it outside to Brown. Rotated cross court to Kerr. Over to Whittington, sideline left. Touch pass back to Steve Kerr. Percentage leader in three-point last year. They'll give it up to Pippen. Slanted over to Kerr for the bomb out of the corner. He'll raise. He hit about an 18-footer.
And Steve Kerr, who had some problems the last 4 games, he was 5 for 20, has found the range today.
77 all, 11:21 to go, fourth quarter. Jordan is on the bench for Chicago. Askew handles the ball, point left side, down low. Perkins with it. Turns, follow away Jake for Sam, in and out. Rebound, grabbed by Pippen. Pip unloads midcourt. Kukoc down the right side, lobs it low. Brown's wide open, turns. Pip Perkins from behind, deflects it for the block. Grabbed by Garrett. Down the left side, veers to the middle, hands to Detlef. Outside, he's pursued by Brown. He'll give it up to McMillan on the near point. Dispatch it to Perkins, 77 all to score. McMillan will go over to Sam and get the ball back. Turns off the Perkins screen, covered by Randy Brown. Out to Shrimp. Fakes right, cuts left up into the lane. Challenge. Tried to send up a scooper, no whistle. Whittington with the easy steal. Up to Brown. Outside to Tony Kukoc. Tony feints left, drives right, shut off by Askew. Dumps it over to Kerr. 14 on the shot clock. Kerr to Whittington, back to the basket. Set out left side. Feeds to Kukoc, off the dribble for the J, missed it. And Shrimp screens off Pippen for the rebound. Sonics will wheel ahead in a tie game. Payton, hard skip pass in traffic to Askew. Vinny steps into the paint, jumps, gives to Gary, drives in, double, out to Nate, raises for the 3, he got it! Nate McMillan, Mac 10 with the tray.
Mac in the house, he said he's having problems not hitting the first one, but following that up with the second and third jumpers because of his legs, but so far the legs look pretty good tonight.
80-77, Sonics by 3, 10-10 left in the fourth. A break. We'll be back on the Sonics Broadcasting. The defensive pressure in the third quarter has set this thing up where we are now with 10 minutes remaining in the fourth. 80-77, Seattle leading Chicago. The Bulls led by as many as 18 in the first half. Pippen to Kukoc, middle of the lane, double teamed at the dotted line, sends it out to Pippen. He'll raise, but drive in, feed to Kerr for the 3, missed it. Whittington grabs the rebound. Whittington had not been locked up. Pippen will take it from Whittington. Low block left side, driven to the sideline, outside to Kerr, rotated to Buechler. Now Whittington, baseline flip for Whittington, off the mark. Pippen comes over the top of Askew, and a loose ball foul is called on Scottie Pippen.
And the reason that Vinny Askew is on Pippen as opposed to Detlef Shrimp is because Vinny's a lot more physical player, physical defender. He'll bang him down in the low box. Plus he's 6'6", 235 with the solid body. As Whittington's going to miss it long, Going to go to the weak side of the board. There's Vinny with a good block out.
The Sonics have a 3-point lead with 9.5 minutes remaining in the game. McMillan wheels it outside to Perkins, in low to Askew. Vinny backs his caboose in on a double team, out to Hawkins, slants him with the left hand, plants it up with the right hand, won't go. Perkins overleaps the rebound on the weak side, leaving it alone for Kukoc. Wheels on the midcourt with a left hand dribble. Shovels it outside, Pippen sideline left, picked up by Vinny. Shoots it outside to Kerr over to Buechler. Hand off to Kerr. Pull up, Drew McMillan off his feet. Kerr dumps it low to Kukoc, jabbed away from behind by Perkins. Kerr dives for the ball, tried to pass to Buechler. Hawkins there to deny the pass, deflects it out of bounds. The Bulls will get it, but with 8 seconds on the shot clock, nearly to midcourt.
Now, I know Ray Mann's on the bench, Gary Payton's on the bench, but I don't like the quality of shots the Sonics are getting at their end. A lot of running, off-balance, quick shots.
Yeah, praying for fouls. They won't get it. Kerr on the inbounds, leans in, off-balance jumper won't go. The ball deflected away. Kukoc and Shrimp after the rebound, and Kukoc will draw the foul. That's the first on Tony Kukoc. Sonics have done a much better job, too, of positioning for rebounds on the defensive end here in the second half.
And a lot of it is just blocking out. I mean, they're throwing their bodies, attacking the Bulls low like you're supposed to, get them at the knees so that they can't maneuver and get around the blockouts. They're doing a good, solid, fundamental job.
Sonics by 3. Shrimp with the ball in low on Kukoc. Finds Vinny, stepping into the paint, leans in, off balance, banker won't go. Perkins the rebound, tip. But off the glass, Buechler comes away with the rebound, and again, a hurried shot.
Well, and not only hurried, but as you mentioned, trying to get the foul instead of completing the play.
Kukoc beyond the three-point ring with a handle. 8.5 minutes remaining in the game. Seattle by 3. Buechler took Pippen, turnaround jumper, got it. He was due, long overdue. And 16 for Pippen.
And Michael Jordan still on the bench, so this Bull team just trying to stay close until Michael gets back in the ballgame.
80-79. Payton remains on the Sonic bench as well with a rain man, as Marcus mentioned a moment ago. Perkins in low, gives to Askew, steps into the lane, dumps it to Detlef, runs into the lane with a sweeping right-hander that hits off the rim twice. Perkins again can't handle the weak side rebound. Out of bounds it goes. It'll be Chicago possession with 8:07 left in the game, and Chicago can take the lead. 80-79, Sonics by 1. Kemp will step in a moment for Seattle. He's at midcourt, and as will Gary Payton. Pippen with the handle, looking left, now right, skips to Buechler, hands off to Pippen, fakes the 3, dumps it to Tony Kukoc, back to the basket, works McMillan in deep, turns, ball stripped by Askew, and a foul call. And it will send Kukoc up for a deuce. The foul is on Nate McMillan.
All right, here we go. We're primed for the home stretch now. Kemp and Payton back in the game. I expect Michael Jordan to be checking in. Here he comes momentarily. The Sonics have to do what they did in that third quarter. Keep the ball out of Pippen's and Jordan's hands as much as possible. Double team. Make some of these other guys beat you with jump shots. Buechler, Kerr, Kukoc.
That is the 5th foul on Nate McMillan, who will be brought back to the bench. Gary will come in, so will Sean. Shrimp, Hawkins, and Askew on the floor. Kukoc has tied the game with his first free throw at 80 apiece. Second one up and off the mark. Kemp again comes down with a rebound.
This game has kind of hit a plateau right now. The Sonics have got to amp up the intensity and the energy to a crescendo level that they had the third quarter.
Yep, maybe find Kemp early down low. Payton swings it to Hawkins outside. They go to Sean on the block. Backs Whittington down deep. Out to Vinny. Fakes the 3. Drives in. Gives to Gary. Straightaway 3 ball with 7 on the shot clock. Missed badly. Rims left and Kukoc feels the rebound. We're tied at 80-80. 7.5 minutes remaining. Fourth quarter play. Kerr, right sideline. Wires a pass to Kukoc in the corner. He skips merrily outside with a dribble to Jordan, to Kerr, back to Jordan, right of the key. Jordan, tongue wagging, looking at the shot clock with 4. Turnaround jumper, drew the foul on Askew. He reached in to slap him as Michael turned.
Yeah, that was a good play. Vinny Askew, first of all, keeping Jordan from penetrating. He had the hand poised to try and go for the strip of the basketball. Jordan was cleared out at the top of the circle. There's the right hand poised to try and get the strip. Comes down on the arm or elbow. And, you know, that's Michael Jordan. He's going to get the free throws on that every time.
Michael hits the free throw.
That's how you have to play Michael Jordan. I mean, you try and keep your body in from him, keep him from penetrating, make him shoot a jump shot with a hand in his face and just pray that he misses.
Jordan has 20. He had 17 at half. 81-80. Bulls by 1. 7:07 to go in the game. Second, rimming left, rebound to Kemp, his 14th of the night. Here come the Sonics.
Sonics to keep Jordan under 30. They have a great shot at winning. He starts to erupt and explode. Look out.
Payton feeds top side to Kemp, works outside the three-point ring for Hersey Hawkins. 12 on the shot clock. Uh-oh, Hawkins pass to Askew. He nearly Didn't see it in time. He made the grab, hands to Hawk, kicks the ball away. Grab by Detlef. 3 on the shot clock. Feed to Gary. Steps in. Turnaround jumper. Good with 1 on the shot clock. Detlef made the 1 extra pass. I thought it was a mistake, but there was Gary. Sonics lead at 82-81. Buechler finds Jordan. Fakes the 3. Drives right side. Pull up flick. He's fouled.
And here we go. The Jordan rules in effect. You touch Mike, he gets 2 free throws. Again, Vincent Askew, the culprit, as Michael goes to the right. Vinny with the little push. Michael pulls up for the jumper, but gets to the charity stripe.
Sonics with 14 fouls and the Bulls with 2. Vincent Askew's second foul. Jordan to the line.
But the luxury of having the Vinny Askew on Michael Jordan so far with George, it seems in his philosophy is that he's letting him guard him one-on-one. He's not requiring a lot of defensive help. Therefore, you can guard the spot-up jump shooters a lot better. Buechler, Kerr, and Kukoc.
Jordan with 22 has hit 10 of 11 from the line. And the Bulls have the lead of 1, 83-82. 6:26 left in the game. Payton works front court left side. Challenged by Jordan outside with a forearm. Beyond the three-point ring, Payton will skip it to Vinny. Left side, down low, they go to Sean. Works the block, turns, makes contact with Caffey, and the foul is on Jason Caffey. And I believe he is fouled out of the game. The Bulls, however, with their 3rd team foul. Sonics now will send Brakowski in for Detlef Schrempf here at the 6:15 mark of the 4th period, with the Sonics trailing by 1, 83-82.
And he's countered by Phil Jackson with Luke Longley in the basketball game to match up against the strong, physical player Frank Brakowski.
6:15 left in the game. Payton will exchange passes from Kemp. Gary with it, down low to the rain man, turns, double team, slips between defenders and jams it down.
Deshaun was headed out like their normal play out to the outside of the key. He just stopped, exploded right in front of the basket, and then split the defenders with a nice pivot move.
Payton with 10 assists on the night. Simpkins outside to Jordan, skipping with a dribble right-hand side of the key. The crossover drew Vinny off his feet, but he's turned into a jump shooter to a passer. Outside to Kerr, slants in, feeds to Longley. Longley with 4, with 3 on the shot clock. A 15-footer, he got it. Longley bails him out again. He's got 18. 85-84 Bulls. Gary darts and dashes down to baseline left. Swings a pass out to Brakowski. Had a notion for 3. Gives it up to Gary. Drops it low to Sean. Muscles inside. Ball deflected. Longley had it. Lost it. Kerr dives forward on the baseline. Saves it to Jordan. Jordan comes the other way with a 3-on-3. Loses the handle on the dribble. Goes to get it beyond the 3-point ring. Jordan double team. Skips to Longley. The open man Kukoc sweeps in with a lovely reverse scoop shot. And the Bulls lead by 3, 87-84. 5:14 left in the game, and a great one. We'll be back on the Sonics Broadcasting Network. All right, the Bulls lead by 3, 87-84. 5:14 left in the ball game. With Marcus Johnson, I'm Kevin Calabro. The shooting for Chicago, 44% here in the 4th quarter. The Sonics are 3 for 7. Jordan and Pippen are in for Chicago. Payton and Kemp in for Seattle. Kemp has the ball faced to the basket left side from 15. Drives into the lane. Jump passes to Gary. A 3 to tie is good! Gary Payton has tied the game with a 3 out of the corner. Tied at 87.
And that time the whole Bull defense collapsed on Sean Kemp at the paint. Gary Payton wide open. Nice job knocking down the jumper.
4:50 to go. Pippen sideline left looking for Longley. Rotated outside to Michael Jordan. Here's Ernest. Crossover dribble up into the lane. Stops. Fall away. Jay short. Rebound battle. Longley. Kemp after it off. Longley out of bounds. Sonic basketball.
And Jordan again has to play in a crowd as the Sonics converge on him in the paint. Tries the fall away jump shot, and I think the fall away was the reason the shot ended up just a nick short.
Detlef is in now as the Sonics will make substitutions based on offense and defense as much as they can. 4.5 minutes to go in the game. Seattle in a tie. Kemp backs down, sideline right. Turns by Longley, drives in deep, gives to Payton, to Brakowski, turning hook. Good! Right side 8-footer. Brakowski from Payton. 89-87, Sonics by a deuce.
Another good job, Sean Kemp, to avoid the double team, get out of the trap, and that time the court was wide open.
Payton fronts Jordan, he steps out, Kerr can't get it to him. They swing it center of the floor to Pippen. Pippen from Longley, sideline right, covered by Brakowski on the jump switch. Pippen looks at the clock, 5, 4 on the shot clock, 3. Starts his drive, nearly stumbled, ball stripped, 1 second, Sonic basketball. He turned it over. 89-87, Sonics by 2. They'll take it on a ball turnover. 3:56 left in the game.
And again, the Bulls a little bit disorganized. Pippen not aware of the shot clock, but again, great pressure by the Sonics. Good defense by Detlef Schrempf to help out Frank Rakowski on Scottie Pippen.
Supes by 2. Payton with 23 points, 11 assists. Has it outside left wing, drives the baseline beneath the rim, reverses a pass, brick, the set shot, rimming left. Rebound gathered in by Dickie Simpkins. Simpkins in a quandary, nobody to go to. He'll dribble up and hand to Kerr. That uses more clock, and the Bulls now set up with 15 on the shot clock to Jordan. Outside to Pippen with 12. Over to Simpkins with 10. Out beyond the three-point ring with 7. Hands to Pippen with 6. Double team with 5. Drives to the baseline. Drew the bump from Kemp, but he'll have to earn him at the line. Kemp put the vice on him, and Pippen had no chance of making the shot.
A couple good things that George Karl is doing defensively with the Sonics, keeping the ball pinned over on the strong side of the court. Michael Jordan's on the weak side. Then he's got Gary Payton, his best man-to-man, one-on-one defender guarding Michael Jordan. As Pippen spins by Payton, and then a little meeting at the summit. A lot of contact inside. The foul on Shawn Kemp.
Pippen misses the free throw. Good golly, Miss Malley. He's 2 of 6 from the line. And the Bulls falling apart at the free throw line, 22-34. Sonics have a 2-point lead. Pippen second off the mark. Rebound tipped by Kemp away from Longley. Grabbed by Gary Payton. He wheedles his way through traffic. Drives into the lane. Nobody got him. Goes to the glass. Lays it in. He just kept on going.
Gary got into the low crouch around the three-quarter court mark. Picked up speed at half court. Saw the opening. Put on the jet and finished the layup ball.
91-87. Outside is Pippen. Feed it to Longley. Overplayed by Rakowski. Lunging for the ball. The foul called on Rakowski.
But that's kind of all right. That's his sixth person, I believe. But that's okay because you want that aggressive defense. You want the steals. And maybe if he would have come up with the steal on that play, he really would have gotten this crowd even more so into this ball game. But here's Gary crouching down low. He sees an opening. Nobody's going to pick me up, huh? Well, I'm going to take him, G, all the way to the basket. Nice little fadeaway on the layup.
All he saw were big guys in the lane, and when you're a dart like Gary, oh man, he could see the table set right before him.
And we talked about it in the first half, those same types of plays. He wasn't looking to finish. He was bailing out, trying to kick the ball back outside. Hey, Gary is 6'4". He jumps relatively well for a man his size, although not a leaper, but he can finish strongly inside. And he's got a lot of tricks. That's the main thing in his arsenal, a lot of tricks around the basket.
Simpkins will come out. They've got Kukoc, Jordan, Pippen, Kerr, and Longley. That's the best right now the Bulls can wheel out there. Longley has been outstanding with 19 points, 10 above his season average.
This is their finishing squad. This is the squad they use to finish ball games. Either Kerr or Bushler will be put in the game.
Longley missed the free throw. Kemp on the rebound, landed. Jordan ripped it away, but Detlef was there in the corner to grab it. And here come the Sonics, leading 91-88. 2:48 left in the game. McMillan pressured by Jordan. Back with the ball high over the head. Pivots, needs help. Skids a pass outside to Schrempf with 11 on the shot clock. Detlef backs down on Kukoc, backs him deep, turns, wheels it outside to McMillan, but is fouled on the pass off. Kukoc and Jordan leg whip him, and the foul is on Tony Kukoc.
Detlef does such a good job at this. He usually gets to the free throw line. He waits until contact to decide whether or not he's going to make the pass or take the shot, depending on whether whistle is blown or not. That time he guessed wrong.
The Bulls with their 4th team foul. Seattle will bring it in bounds. A fresh 24 on the shot clock. 2.5 minutes to play. Seattle leading by 3. McMillan with the ball. Out to Kemp, 15 feet from the hole. Backs Longley down to the baseline. Fall away jumper. Longley had it. Schrempf grabbed the air ball. Turns and hooks and scores on a reverse. Detlef Schrempf had a track on that air ball. Grabbed it and laid it in, and the Sonics have their largest lead. Up 5, Marcus.
Detlef had it in his radar sights. Did a good job just being aggressive and active.
2:10 remaining. Seattle by 5. Jordan jump pass. Kukoc spins away. Ball stripped by Payton. Nearly out of bounds. Pippen saves it. 6 on the shot clock. 5. Pippen covered by McMillan. Drives in. Ball denied. McMillan and Kemp both had hands on the basketball. And a foul is called on McMillan to send Scottie Pippen to the line.
And look at the shot clock. 1 second on the shot clock. Sonics another good defensive series. Forced the Bulls into a tough situation, but Scottie with the ball handling ability and his mobility, able to bail his team out. Gonna go to his left. You're gonna see a lot of bumping, a lot of contact, and then the hands come right across the arm. An obvious foul on Nate McMillan. Almost would have been better served to back off and make him make a tough shot, but 1 second on the shot clock.
McMillan has fouled out of the game with 9 points. The Sonics look on as Scottie Pippen's free throws are off the mark. The first one off the mark. Seattle with a 5-point lead. Pippen has fallen apart at the line. He has hit 2 of 8 tonight. All right, what substitution will you make here now that you don't have McMillan? Use Vinny in this. Vinny's not on the floor now. but would be, I guess, on the defensive end. Second free throw, missed. Rebound deflected, grabbed by Kerr. Double teamed in front of the Sonic bench. He is tied up, but quickly calls for a 20-second timeout. The officials will acknowledge that, and the Bulls get bailed out there.
Gee, I think you talk about substitutions. George Karl is more concerned about getting the rebound than anything else. He's got Sam Perkins, Detlef Schrempf, and Sean Kemp, the big lineup in the game right now.
There is a timeout on the floor, a full timeout. Seattle by 5 on the Sonics Broadcasting Network. Well, defense is the name of the game in the NBA, and the Sonics have shut down Michael Jordan. 1 of 7 shooting for Michael in the second half. Sonics lead by 5, 93-88. Bulls will bring it inbounds to Longley, back to Pippen, runs the baseline for the smash. What a play.
Yeah, nice set out of bounds play. You know Phil Jackson set that up. Scotty started toward the ball, then headed toward the baseline.
Payton double teamed at midcourt by the duo of Pippen and Jordan, is upended and fouled by Scottie Pippen. Jordan spun him, and Pippen came on the weak side for the blitz, but fouled him.
As the Bulls start to pick up their defense, but here's a pass, a little give and go between Longley and Pippen. All clear, no one back there to even attempt to bother the shot. But again, this game is far from over with, especially with the three-point shooters the Bulls have on the floor at this point.
Gary Payton hits a very important free throw. Payton has 26 points. The Sonics lead by 4, 94-90. A minute 46 left in the game.
Vinny Askew put back in the game, and I suspect it's because of his nice one-on-one defense against Michael Jordan that he played in the third and early in the fourth quarter.
Payton misses the second free throw. Longley seals off for the rebound, and here are the Bulls. Michael Jordan outside to Kerr, swinging over to Kukoc. Seattle by 4 with a minute and a half to go. 12 on the shot clock for Kukoc. Turns off the Longley screen. Hands to Jordan beyond the three-point ring. Pursued by Perkins and Askew. Jordan reverses the dribble. Stops. Flings over to Kerr out of the corner. Raises. Fakes. To the baseline he comes. Missed the jumper. Pippen tangled up with Perkins for the weak side rebound. And a foul called on the Sonics. Sam Perkins.
This is where the Sonics have to continue the sound, fundamental basketball they displayed in the third quarter. They've got to find Scottie Pippen, block him off the backboard. That time he had a running start, and you give him the edge every time. And then the jumping contest against Sam Perkins, especially with the running start. You see Sam has no idea where he is on the floor. Pippen just out-jumps him for the offensive board.
4-point Sonic lead. Pippen at the line. He's been off overnight, 2 of 9, and he missed the free throw. Scottie Pippen coming into tonight's play had a near flawless game. 73% from the free throw line, however. And for a man who gets to the line a lot, 73% is not particularly brilliant. The Sonics lead by 4. Pippen's second free throw, no go. Jordan after the rebound, deflects it away from Kemp. Jordan comes away with it by sheer will. Slants into the lane. Pull-up jump pass to Kerr. Out to Pip. Fakes the 3. Schrempf picks him up.
Buechler.
Pippen spins. Gives to Jordan for the 3. Missed. Rimming left. Ball loose. Grabbed by Kerr. Kerr rotates outside. Skips it to Longley. Back outside to Kerr to Pippen. Turns early 3. Rimmed it. Rebound. Kemp after it. Grabs it. Did he come over the top? Did he come over the top of Longley? He did.
Oh, boy.
Kemp with a foul.
And when you think back on the rebound by Pippen, who went over the back of Perkins and no foul was called, looked like both guys were just pursuing the basketball, and incidental contact, that word again, was had inside. Nice block out by Sean. Luka goes around him for the inside position, and Sean did kind of hit the elbow with the head of his elbow did hit Luke Longley in the head, so that was not a bad call.
Sonics must get a rebound. Longley's free throw up and in. Longley has kept the Bulls alive with 20 points. He's been consistent through 4 quarters.
How many second shots did the Bulls get in that particular series? Kerr ran down an offensive rebound. Jordan ran down an offensive rebound.
Longley hits both free throws. It's a 2-point Sonic lead. 54 seconds remaining in the game. Gary pinned in backcourt by Jordan. Swings it ahead of Perkins. They don't want the ball in the hands of Payton. But Jordan, in a defensive lapse, allows Payton to get it from Perkins. Front court left side. Swings it to Schrempf. Back outside to Gary. Jordan picks him up closely. Gary down low to Schrempf. Double team. Spins to the baseline. Skips it across to the Rain Man. Powers up and is fouled by Buechler. Sean Kemp will go to the line. Buechler nearly had a clean strip running along that baseline.
Yeah, and the Sonics were down to about 2 seconds on the shot clock. Buechler, as you mentioned, just trying to pick Sean clean before he can get up and off the ground and elevate it into an area where Buechler knows nothing about.
94-92. Seattle by a deuce. 35 seconds remaining in the game. Kemp tonight has hit 6 of 9 from the line. The free throw came up short. You can see it when he let it go. It was coming up short. Vinny Askew will step in as the Sonics continue to shuttle bodies.
Situation, substitution. Now the Sonics will be on defense after the free throws. Vinny Askew's done a nice job against Michael Jordan.
Crowd up in the edge of their seats. Kemp's free throw, no. Rebound, Luke Longley's got another one, and the Bulls call a timeout. 94-92, 34 seconds left in the game. Kemp misses both free throws. He has had an otherwise unblemished record tonight. 25 points and 14 rebounds. He's hit 10 of 13 from the field. But at the line, 6 for 11.
And that one was the one they could have used. You know, the Bulls and Michael Jordan and the shooters they have on the court, they might go for a three-point shot in this type of situation. The Sonics have to be careful to defend the perimeter, but I mean, you kind of caught twixt in between, because if you do cover the perimeter, then you give up some penetration, and with the 2-point game, 2 free throws tied up.
And a played just brilliant ball against Jordan and Pippen. 94-92, Sonics by 2, Bulls will bring it up. 30 seconds remaining in the game. Pippen clears midcourt, stops, hands to Jordan beyond the three-point ring. Starts to drive left side, stripped by Gary. Grabbed by Vinny Askew. He'll slow it up in backcourt to Perkins. Outside to midcourt, Detlef across midcourt with it. 16 seconds remaining. Seattle by 2. Detlef double. Tosses across deep in the corner to Perkins. Outside to Vinny. He is fouled by Scottie Pippen. Sam Perkins fouled by Pippen will get 2 shots. What about that play by Payton?
Even before the steal, I thought it was a great move by George Karl. You have Askew, Payton in the game. Askew's matched up on Pippen. Gary Payton, the glove on Michael Jordan, gets beat, but I'm never beat until the play is over as he reaches from behind, knocks it loose. Just a great job of matching up defensively by George Karl. Michael going by him with the left hand, getting ready to make his move on Sam Perkins, but no, the glove says, you will not get there, you will be denied.
Perkins hits the free throw. The Sonics have a 3-point lead at 95-92. 11 and 6, 10 seconds remaining in the game.
Gary puts on the glove and Michael gets no love.
Perkins second one up and in. Seattle by 4. 96-92. 11 and 6, 10 seconds remaining in the game. 11 and 6, 10 seconds remaining in the game. Seattle trailed by 18 in the second quarter. I thought they were done. There was no life. The Bulls were extraordinary, and at half led it 64-51. The Sonics have a 4-point lead now with 11 seconds remaining. Bulls bringing in Longley, double team, head of the key. Double teamed over to Jordan for the 3, lost it as he went airborne, pushes up a shot, won't go, rebounded, Detlef, game over. The game is over. He is fouled, but with 4/10 of a second remaining, it's a mere formality.
The glove, showing no love. Got a piece of that one. That bad shot attempt by Michael Jordan, that was forced into a bad shot attempt by Gary Payton. Get a hand on the ball before Michael was able to elevate. Michael could do nothing but gather the ball and just throw something toward the rim, begging for a foul from the official. But the replacement ref says, hey, Mike, go to the batting cage. 2 seconds. Wow.
Well, they're going to put 2 seconds back up there with Seattle leading by 4, 96-92. Well, Marcus Johnson is concerned right to the end. 2 seconds. Your heart just kind of
these free throws
sped up, didn't it?
These free throws are going well. These free throws are.
Well, the first one's off the mark from Detlef.
They're up 4. It's over.
Jordan 1 for 9 in the second half shooting from the field with that miss a moment ago. And if we can see the replay on that, that was a great stop. Schrempf second one up and in. Schrempf with 11. And the game is over. The Bulls, with 2 seconds remaining, call a 20-second timeout. They trail it by 5, 97-92. The Sonics bring Shawn Kemp to the center of the circle, and he gets high fives on his birthday. They say it's your birthday. You're gonna have a good time. And he has 25 points and 14 rebounds. Payton has been outstanding, 26 points, and last time we checked, he had 11 assists. Look at those two, mugging it up.
Yeah, your birthday boy. Yeah, we can play with the play, man. Yeah, man, get on down, the glove, no love, all that.
Kemp can laugh now. He missed his 2 free throws.
Right.
Sonics up 2, and you can bet the young man is feeling pretty good. Bulls bringing it bounce, Pippen to midcourt, will let it fly, and rim short, game over. So the Sonics have handed the Bulls their second loss of the year. And the Supes have won their 9th of the year and are undefeated at home. final score, Sonics 97 and the Bulls 92. We'll be back in a moment on the Sonics Broadcasting Network.